Welcome into Mahomet-Seymour Baseball here on Bulldog TV. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben Greenberg, and I will be bringing you today's action of the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs taking on the visiting Mattoon Green Wave in Apollo Conference action here at the baseball field of the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. It's a windy day here on Tuesday, May 11th. The Bulldogs playing some good baseball, but so are the Mattoon Green Wave, as both these teams are going to try and gain a little bit of traction in the very competitive Apollo Conference. On the bump right now, you see warming up is Blake Walters, the starting pitcher for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. The junior will be towing the bump today and looking to set down this Mattoon Green Wave lineup. Blake Walters has thrown 11 innings so far this year. He comes in with a win-loss record of 2-1. He has also converted his only save opportunity of the year. He's 1 for 1 there. In those 11 innings, he has walked 5, given up 6 earned runs, and struck out 17. So he has some really good swing and miss kind of stuff on the bump today, and he's going to try and get through this Mattoon Green Wave lineup. As leading it off for Mattoon will be the left-handed hitting shortstop, number 1, Meade Johnson. Johnson, again, playing shortstop today. It will be Johnson, the center fielder, Gavin Gonzalez, and the pitcher, Austin Baker, here in the first inning for the Mattoon Green Wave. Zach Wetzel, the first baseman, should anybody reach. Mattoon comes in 4-7 on the contest as the first pitch is fouled back to the screen, and we are off and running 0-1. Walters going to pound the strike zone. He really throws a lot of strikes. He has the power to overpower some of these guys, and he's going to look to pitch to contact. His very good defense is behind him. Around the horn on the infield, he's got Wagers at second, Sampson at shortstop, as the 0-1 pitch is just a hair outside, 1-1. Wagers at third, I should say. Sampson at shortstop. It is going to be Andrew Norman at second base and Zach Carr at first base. Nathan McFall is going to handle the catching, as that one is laced into left center field. That's going to get down and go into the gap. Meade Johnson is going to round first. He's going to be into second base with a stand-up double to lead off this game. The left fielder, Carter Selk, able to track it down, but not before Mattoon has a man in scoring position right off the bat. And now hitting will be the center fielder, the right-handed hitting Gavin Gonzalez, wearing number 7. In the outfield today, it'll be Carter Selk out there in left, Nolan Nierenhausen in center field, and it will be Keegan Ashby roaming around in right today, as it is a little bit of a windy day, as you can probably hear from this microphone as the first pitch is fouled back to the screen. The wind is blowing in from left center field. The flag here is blustering, so it's going to be hard to get some of these balls up and out of here. We know Mahomet-Seymour plays like a very small ballpark. A lot of hitters have good power numbers at this park, but it's going to be a tough one today. We already saw Meade Johnson with a really good start, as the breaking ball from Blake Walters bends in there for a strike. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Gavin Gonzalez. Walters quickly in the stretch. Norman's going to hold on the runner at second base. Huge gap in right center field, as Ashby is way over towards the line, as the 0-2 pitch coming home to Gonzalez, up and away. McFall came out of his crouch to grab that one. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs come in 7-4, have won 6 out of their last 7 games. They had a little bit of a slow start to their season, but have certainly come on strong, as the breaking ball, Gonzalez is just able to get a piece of it and foul it back to the screen. Good pitch there by Walters, as the curveball had him way out in front. Gonzalez could do nothing but just reach out his hands and spoil it, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfielders playing pretty shallow, as I said. This wind is blowing in quite a bit, as Mattoon has been known to put up some runs in recent games. Their offense has been playing very well. That one looked like a changeup, missed way up in the zone. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting pitcher is on deck. That's Austin Baker, as Walters is going to have to get out of a little bit of a sticky situation here in the first inning. Already the leadoff man in scoring position, as the 2-2 pitch taken upstairs from 0-2 all the way now to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not a big lead for Johnson there over at second base. It's a little bit of a chilly day here in the middle of May. About 55 degrees here at first pitch. Only playing 1 game here today on Bulldog TV, as the 3-2 pitch is a curveball, fouled back, and McFall just not quite able to squeeze it. Walter showing a lot of confidence in that off-speed pitch, going to it with a full count. Gonzalez once again just able to spoil it, and that will keep the count full. Gonzalez working a really good at bat, getting Walter's pitch count up here in the first inning, as the next 3-2 fouled out of play. This one out of down the first base side onto the softball field into a crowd of softball players. Watch out over there as the count is going to remain full. Gonzalez working a really good at bat. Only the second batter of the game. Again, Johnson with a double in the left center if you're just joining us to lead things off. The next 3-2 delivery coming home from Walters. Breaking ball again in the dirt. He got him. Foul tip. They're going to say McFall was able to hang on to it, and that is going to be the first out of today's ball game. A strikeout swinging from Blake Walters, his first strikeout of the night. And that's going to bring in the pitcher, Austin Baker. Baker, wearing number 16, throws left-handed, bats left-handed, as he is going to be the pitcher for the Mattoon Green Wave here to start. So a quick pitcher versus pitcher matchup as Walters gets his first strikeout of the day. That'll be his 18th strikeout of the season in just his 12th inning pitch, as his first pitch breaking ball is going to be in the dirt. McFall is able to keep it in front. No advancement from the runner. That's going to be a 1-0 count. The Bulldogs and the Mattoon Green Wave, each with a common opponent in the Apollo Conference. They have each played the Taylorville Tornadoes. Mount Zion played them 3 times, or excuse me, Mattoon played them 3 times. The Bulldogs only 2. The Bulldogs were able to split with them, losing the second game after winning the first one. Lots of runs being put up in that doubleheader. Mattoon was able to take 2 of 3 from Taylorville, as the 1-0 pitch is taken low once again. Walters falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. In the 2 games against Taylorville, Mahomet won the first one 14-9 and lost the second one 18-16. So in just the 2 games here at Mahomet-Seymour High School, they outscored Taylorville in 30-27. Just an absolute run fest, as Walters' 2-0 fastball is over for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike the count now. Just a really high-scoring affair in both contests. That one was just last Saturday, the first Apollo Conference matchup that the Bulldogs have had this year. They play Mattoon here, and then they will play at Charleston this weekend. The 2-1 pitch is a check swing fastball. They're going to say no swing. That one missed up and away, and the count is now 3-1. Bulldogs will play Charleston, then at Lincoln in 2 Saturdays, and then wrapping up conference play with a home series against Effingham on Tuesday, May 25th. You can catch all the remaining home games here on Bulldog TV as the 3-1 pitch. Walters goes back to the breaking ball and loses his pitching adversary, Austin Baker. That's going to set up the double play. 2 on with only 1 out for the first baseman, Zach Wetzel.
Wetzel, number 12.
Walters having a little trouble with his control here in the early going. Had a really good battle with Gavin Gonzalez before he was eventually able to punch him out. Now a walk and a double allowed in the inning. That is Walters' 6th walk of the season. He comes in with an ERA of 3.8. As the first pitch to the cleanup man misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Currently a wrestling meet going on in the main gym of Mahomet-Seymour High School, also being played on Bulldog TV. So in some of these commercial breaks, definitely go over there, pop over, show some support for the wrestling crew. As the runner takes off, Walters going to step off, throw to Wagers at third. The tag is applied, and he is out. Meade Johnson took off for third base, thought he had caught Walters napping. It turned into a really close play, but good awareness shown by the Bulldog hurler, and that's going to be the second out of the inning, and that's a big one because now not only is it the second out, but there's no runners in scoring position, and Walters is 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam here early on. Base running mistake there from Meade Johnson. Tiny lead from Baker over there at first base. Now the 1-0 pitch to Zach Wetzel is fouled back and off of a windshield back here in the parking lot. Mahomet-Seymour High School, very small field, surrounded by the softball field, the parking lot, and everybody's got to keep their heads up as Walters battles righty on righty. Again, a tiny lead over there at first base, and the 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Walters has Wetzel behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strike. Zach Wetzel playing first base today for the Mattoon Green Wave. He's wearing number 12. In the bottom half of the inning, the Bulldogs will send Norman, Walters, and McFall to the plate. Chase Wagers, if anyone is to reach. 1-2 pitch coming home to Zach Wetzel from the high set. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Walters strikes out 2 in the inning and picks off a man through 1/2 inning. We're going to the bottom of the first. No score. It will be Andrew Norman leading off the bottom of the first inning here for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. He is batting from the left side. Bats left, throws right, the second baseman for Mahomet. As Austin Baker also throws from the left side. The big lefty's first pitch is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Andrew Norman comes in hitting .297 on the year, 11 base hits in 37 at-bats. As he watches that one go by, it's going to miss, and it's going to even up the count at 1-1. Norman has scored 13 runs for the Bulldogs, which ranks second on the team, tied with Nathan McFall and 1 behind Will Sampson. As he's going to gain control of the count, it's now 2-1. Norman has been really good at setting the table for the Bulldogs this season. Also has 6 walks on the year, which is tied for second on the team. And the 2-1 pitch home from Baker, slapped foul down the third base line, past Nick DiFilippo over there at third base, and the count's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. All fastballs so far from Baker. Baker's defense, he will be throwing to the catcher, Cooper Bergstrom, as his infielders. I'll get to them after this pitch. The 2-2 pitch to Norman. Fastball, blew it by him, struck him out. Austin Baker with a good start here on the mound. 1 strikeout, and that's going to bring in his adversary, the pitcher, Blake Walters. Walters ended up walking Baker in the top half of the first, so he's going to look for a little bit of revenge here. Zach Wetzel, Drew Coffey on the right side of the infield. Meade Johnson will be playing shortstop as Walters lets the first one go by for a strike, and it's going to be Luke Perry over at third base for Austin Baker's. Walter bats from the right side of the plate. The curveball, he waits on it and fouls it back quickly behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Walters comes in hitting .414, hitting really well on the season. He's got 12 base hits in 29 attempts. He's got a double and a triple on the year to go along with 10 singles and 8 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch fouled back towards the Bulldog dugout. It'll stay no balls and 2 strikes. Baker works very quickly on the bump. Doesn't give these hitters a whole lot of time to reset, and he's going to be pumping strikes a lot tonight. The left-handed senior pitcher has been having a lot of success so far for the Green Wave this year. As the 0-2 pitch comes home to Walters, it's a breaking ball, and it misses up in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Logan McDonald, Gavin Gonzalez, and Jason Scosi in the outfield behind Baker from left around to right field as he winds and fires the 1-2 pitch, a changeup. Walters did well to keep his hands back, fouled it out of play onto the softball field, and it'll stay 1-2. Baker working through his repertoire of pitches. He was able to get Norman out on a 2-2 fastball. So far, he's shown Walters a fastball, changeup, and curveball. So we'll see what he goes to on this next 1-2 delivery. It's a fastball, and it misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good eye from Walters. He's got 3 walks on the season, as his on-base percentage is .486. He's been reaching base at a very high clip. A lot of these Bulldogs have. The 2-2 pitch is off speed and fouled back once again. Walters working a very good at-bat against this Mattoon left-hander. Baker getting nothing easy for the Bulldogs here in the first inning. The catcher, number 2, Nathan McFall, waits on deck. Another Bulldog hitter who has been hitting very, very well this season. He actually leads the Bulldogs in both batting average and on-base percentage. As Baker has a new ball, and he's ready on the mound once again. The 2-2 pitch. Another curveball. Walter sends it into right field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Really, really good at bat. Pitcher on pitcher. Blake Walters lines one into right field, wins the battle, and the Bulldogs have their first base runner and first base hit of the day. That's going to bring in their power hitting catcher, Nathan McFall. McFall hitting .471 on the season, 8 for 17. He's only played in 7 games. 2 doubles and 6 singles on the season so far. He's come around and scored 13 runs. Has also forced 7 walks as Walters gets his lead at first. And Baker's going to give a quick check on him. The left-handed pickoff move. Walters back without a problem. Walters going to try and attract as much attention as he can, as he hopes maybe Baker will give McFall something of a mistake pitch. As the first pitch to McFall is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Couldn't quite be handled behind the plate by Cooper Bergstrom, but gets the call nevertheless. McFall wearing the long pants down to the ankle, the white arm sleeve on the right arm. as he has an 0-1 count. Power versus power right now. Walters gets his lead at first, and the next one is chopped on the ground to second base. Charging is the second baseman, Coffey. His only play is to first. He makes it 4-3 on the putout. Walters moves up into scoring position, but now with 2 outs for the Bulldogs, it's going to be the third baseman, number 8, Chase Wagers.
And that brings up the cleanup hitter, third baseman, number 8, Chase Wagers.
Chase Wagers with 12 base hits on the season in 30 at-bats. He's got 2 doubles and a triple on the season as he's knocked in a second on the team, 14 runs. So he's going to bat from the right side. Bergstrom goes out to the mound, has a quick chat with Baker, probably just organizing the signs with a runner on second base. Outfielders playing pretty shallow for the Green Wave. Again, wind blowing in today, but Walters has good speed on second base. We'll see if Nick DiFilippo wants to get aggressive on a base hit. As Baker comes set, no one hanging on the runner at second as the first pitch misses up and in for a ball, 1-0. Chase Wagers playing third base today with a batting average right at 400, but getting on base more than half the time, a .514 on-base percentage. He's only struck out 3 times on the year. The 1-0 pitch misses down in the zone. He's quickly ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. If he's able to reach, it'll be the first baseman, Zach Carr, on deck. Mattoon plays shallow on the outfield, straight up all around on the infield. Big gap in right center field. As the 2-0 pitch home to Wagers, catches the outside corner. Good pitch there from Austin Baker, and it will be a 2 balls and 1 strike count. 1 base hit in the inning. That was Blake Walters after working a really good at bat. Laced one into right field. He now stands at second with 2 outs. And the 2-1 pitch home to Chase Wagers, chopped on the ground to second base. Drew Coffey has another chance at it. He makes 2 putouts in the inning, and the Bulldogs go quietly after 1 full inning here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. We are scoreless.
First.
5, 6, and 7 due up in the order for Mattoon here in the top half of the second inning, facing Blake Walters as the first pitch just misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. It's going to be Cooper Bergstrom, the catcher, wearing number 2 for Mattoon. He's going to be batting from the right side, leading things off. Both teams sent 4 batters to the plate in the first inning as Bergstrom sends the 1-0 pitch back through the box. Walters just not quite able to get a glove on it, and it is going to trickle into center field for a leadoff base hit. Mattoon with leadoff base hits in each of the first 2 innings. That's going to bring the second baseman to the plate, number 5, Drew Coffey. Second hit Walters has allowed today. That one not very strong contact, but it was able to find its way through. It looks like there's going to be a runner for the catcher Bergstrom over there at first base, as we'll wait and see if we can get word who's over there. Wagers creeping in a little bit at third, potentially expecting a bunt. Runs Always at a premium here in these Apollo Conference games. Got to see when you can get them. As the middle infielders, that is Sampson and Norman, will play back, hoping for the double play. Not squaring the bunt, and the first pitch is in the dirt, blocked by McFall. 1 ball, no strikes.
Chandler Melton, number 14, is pinch running for the catcher.
It's going to be number 14, Chandler Melton, over there at first base running, as he currently has a very, very small lead, held on by Zach Carr. And the 1-0 pitch is laced into right field. Ashby is going to range over. It's going to fall in front of him. 2 singles to start out the inning for Mattoon, and they've got something cooking. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Good piece of hitting by Drew Coffey. Didn't try and do too much with that pitch. Fastball up and away. He just went with it. Ashby wasn't able to quite get over there, and it's going to be first and second, nobody out for Caden Rice. Rice is the designated hitter today for Mattoon. He's hitting for the third baseman, Luke Perry. So now we'll see what the Bulldogs want to do and what the Green Wave want to do with this potential bunt situation. It's the left fielder, Logan McDonald, currently on deck. So we'll see. It's near the bottom of the order for the Mattoon Green Wave, but we'll see if they want to trade an out for a couple of runners in scoring position, as Zach Carr over there at first base is playing well in front of the bag, not holding on the runner. We'll see what this will entail as Walters steps off. The runner on second dancing around a little bit. That's Chandler Melton. Pinch running for the catcher, Bergstrom, after he singled. The first pitch coming home to Caden Rice is a strike. He did not square to bunt. No balls and 1 strike now. Again, Carr playing in front of the runner over there at first base. He is not being held on. Sampson's holding on the runner at second, and Wagers is playing even with the bag at third base. Not scoring to bunt again. The breaking ball is swung on and missed. Walters pulled off a nasty curveball on that pitch. That one was way in the dirt, and he got a wave and a miss at it from Caden Rice. McFall did very well to keep it in front, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Carr now playing behind the runner at first, not expecting a bunt with 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch fouled out of play over the right side onto the softball field, and the count will remain no balls, 2 strikes. Blake Walters looking to get out of a jam. He's had runners on first and second in both innings now, as he was able to get a pickoff in the first inning. Looking to get out of the jam now, as the runner on second, Chandler Melton, dancing around. Sampson gets back behind him at second base, and Walters is going to step off and reset. Caden Rice with an open stance. The 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball, and he just barely gets a piece of it, sends it back over toward the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldog dugout. Walters has that breaking ball working very, very well today, as the Mattoon hitters have yet to make very much solid contact other than the leadoff double by Meade Johnson. No Mattoon Green Wave player has been able to make very solid contact. Just a couple of weak base hits have found Walters in a little bit of trouble. As the next 0-2, another breaking ball chopped on the ground to third base. Wagers makes the play, but it's going to be to the left of the bag, going to be a foul ball. Again, a very weakly hit ground ball, and it's going to stay no balls and 2 strikes. Walters has some pitches to play with, but he's going right after these Mattoon hitters. He's making them work, and right now all Mattoon hitters are being able to do is fight it off and make weak contact. Walters is certainly in charge on the bump right now, but so far Mattoon has gotten the benefit of some dink and dunk base hits, as there's still a pretty decent gap out there in right center. And the next 0-2 is down the right field line. It's going foul. Ashby's looking to make a play, but he's going to run out of room, and it's going to fall over the fence. Another foul ball. That's 4 consecutive foul balls at the plate by Caden Rice, working a really good at-bat. Walters is showing him a little bit of everything. That one was a fastball. He's already fouled off a couple of breaking balls, and it's just a battle right now at the plate. Pitcher versus DH, as Sampson still holds on the runner at second base. The next 0-2, that one looked like a changeup. Going to be skied into shallow center field. Nierenhausen going out. Nierenhausen coming in. Sampson going out, and Sampson's going to make the play in shallow left center field. Nice play by the shortstop, Will Sampson. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Runners are not able to advance, and that's going to bring in today's left fielder, Logan McDonald, for Mattoon, as it looks like McFall's going to head out there on the mound and talk to Blake Walters a little bit. Just want to let you know of a little situation here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. You know, a really strong community, some really amazing things coming together. We've got a video to show you in the next break of just something that we think you should be aware of. Some of the sports teams are coming together to do that's absolutely fantastic. So definitely stay tuned for the next commercial break as McFall's going to try and pick behind the runner at first base. The throw was low. Carr did very well to keep it in front of him. He scooped it out, had no play on the runner over at first, Drew Coffey, who slid back in safely. And now it's going to be a 1-0 count on Logan McDonald. A ground ball could get Walters out of this inning. Carr not holding on the runner at first. Norman holding on the runner at second. The 1-0 pitch is fouled out of play up over towards the softball field. 1 ball and 1 strike. McDonald playing left field and wearing number 6 in the ball game today for Mattoon. He's batting 8th. It's going to be the right fielder, Jason Scoshi, on deck for Mattoon, and then back to the top of the order as the 1-1 pitch swung on, foul tipped into the mitt of Nathan McFall. It's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Walters working back in front, back in control of this count, as he's been in control of most of these Mattoon hitters so far. They've got 3 hits against him, but again, only one was really hit all that well. As he comes set once again, and the next 1-2 waved and missed. The runner's caught up in between second and third. McFall's going to throw behind. The throw to Sampson is in the center field, but the runner was diving back into second base, and there will be no advancement. Really weird play, starting with a great pitch by Blake Walters, a curveball that was way in the dirt. He got McDonald to wave at. McFall was able to keep it in front. The runner at second base was not. Chandler Melton was trying to advance. He saw McFall, kept it in front. Then he tried to get back to the bag. McFall threw it into center field. The runner kind of got in Sampson's way, but regardless, it's a strikeout with no advancement, and now Walters is going to deal with the 9-hitter in Mattoon's order, looking to get out of this jam. After 2 singles to start off this inning, a pop out to short and a strikeout, and now Jason Scoshi has a 1-0 count. The Bulldogs will send 5, 6, and 7 to the plate in the bottom half of the inning, as the 1-0 fastball is a strike over on the inside corner. And the count's even at 1. Scoshi playing right field and wearing number 4. Another big gap in right center field as the outfielders are all playing pretty shallow. Good arms in right field and left field from Selk and Ashby for the Bulldogs. Big gap on the right side of the infield as Norman is holding on the runner at second. That one's back up the middle into center field. Nierenhausen charging hard. They're going to hold the runner. Bobbled a little bit, but the runner was already being held. The throw is going to be cut off by Carr. That's going to be 3 singles in the inning. Back to the top of the order for the Mattoon Green Wave with the bases loaded and 2 outs. That ball was hit very well by Scoshi. Thought Norman might have a play on it because he was already up the middle holding on the runner, but it looks like he was just shielded a little bit by the pitcher Walters as the ball came back. He didn't get a great read on it, and it was able to make its way into center field. Chandler Melton rounded second, was already getting the stop sign. Nierenhausen bobbled a little bit in center field, but the run was not able to score, and now it'll be Meade Johnson coming to the plate. He already doubled into deep left center field to lead off this game. One of the power threats in this Mattoon offense is there's a force out anywhere for the Bulldogs as they're looking to get out of this jam here in the top of the 2nd inning. 7 innings played here in high school baseball unless there is some run rule situation at play. Meade Johnson playing shortstop here today, batting first and wearing number 1. He's already 1 for 1 with a double. He was picked off in the top half of the 1st inning. An RBI chance for him here today as the 1-0 pitch misses low. Walters falls behind. 2 balls and no strikes. Walters has been working ahead of hitters all day long. Both Caden Rice and Logan McDonald both got just an absolute array of strikes as that one misses way up in the zone. 3 balls and no strikes now, as the go-ahead run is just 90 feet away. Walters does not want to give a free pass to anyone in that Mattoon order, as so far they haven't really been able to make that solid contact against him. As the 3-0 pitch is right down the middle. Nice pitch from Walters. 3 balls and 1 strike now. It'll be Gavin Gonzalez, who struck out swinging, on deck if Meade Johnson is able to reach. They play him straight up infield and outfield, a little deep on the right side of the infield. As the 3-1 pitch, off speed, misses inside. That is going to be a walk to Meade Johnson. He's on base for a 2nd time, and now he has a run batted in to go with it, as Mattoon takes a quick 1-0 lead. Chandler Melton comes in to score. Again, he was running for the catcher, Cooper Bergstrom, who started this in this inning with a single. So now it's going to be Gavin Gonzalez. Again, he struck out in the first inning, the first strikeout of the day for Walters, as he could really use one here. That one's going to be laced down the right field line, but it's going to be tailing, and foul. A strike to start out this at-bat. 0-1 is the count. Again, please stick around for this next commercial break, as the really strong message to be shared from everyone here in the Mahomet community after this third out is going to be made. As the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball. Looks like Gonzalez was able to check his swing, and now it's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. McFall doing a great job behind the plate, keeping everything in front of him, as he has been an elite catcher for the Bulldogs all season long, both behind the dish and at the plate. As Walters is set once again, working out of the stretch. The 1-1 pitch home to Gavin Gonzalez, fouled out of play onto the softball field, and the count will be 1-2. Walters 1 strike away from getting out of this jam after having runners on first and second with nobody out, bases loaded and 2 outs. Getting out of this with only 1 run allowed, not going to be the end of the world. Bulldogs going to try and scratch a run against Austin Baker, who currently stands on deck. The 1-2 pitch is into right field. That's going to be down and score at least 1. The runner on second is going to be held up. Only 1 run in as Ashby comes up throwing. An RBI base hit from Gavin Gonzalez. Drew Coffey stays at third base, and Mattoon will jump out to a 2-0 lead now. And that's going to bring in the 3-hitter, Austin Baker. He walked his first time up, as the top of the order is starting to come through for the Green Wave. A walk from the leadoff hitter Johnson, an RBI single from the 2-hitter Gavin Gonzalez, and now the pitcher Austin Baker, still with an opportunity to do some damage, as he goes and watches the first one, a fastball up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Carr, Selk, and Sampson in the bottom half of the inning, as looks like Brian Bajer, assistant coach for the Bulldogs, is going to head out and just have a chat with his right-handed pitcher. Just calm him down a little bit. It's been a long inning. Austin Baker is the 8th Mattoon Green Wave hitter to come to the plate this inning. It all started with 2 singles from Bergstrom and Coffey. Then Walters was able to buckle down, get a pop-out from Caden Rice, a strikeout of Logan McDonald, but now 3 straight men have reached. Scotia with a single, Johnson with a walk, and Gavin Gonzalez with a single. Just a couple line drives over the first and second baseman's head into right field. Mattoon's just going station to station right now, advancing 1 base at a time, and Walters finds himself in a jam once again. He's behind 1-0 on the power threat for Mattoon. That's Austin Baker. 5 hits already in the game for Mattoon, just 1 in their 1 inning for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs, as Bajer's going to head back to the dugout, and the Bulldogs will return to their positions. Big gaps in right center and left center specifically. Nolan Nierenhausen out there in center field has a lot of range. He's got a lot of speed, so we'll see if he's able to track down any ball in the gap, as up the middle also is wide open as Norman shades Baker to pull at second, as the off-speed pitch is taken for a ball, and it's now 2-0. On deck is Zach Wetzel, the 4-hitter. He struck out back in the top of the first, He's the only Mattoon Green Wave hitter who has not come to the plate yet this inning, as the 2-0 pitch home to Baker misses low and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Walters in danger of walking in his 2nd runner of the inning. That is not how he wants this game to start out. He's been very good this season, specifically with his control. Again, coming into this start, only 5 walks in 11 innings. But the 3-0 pitch home to Austin Baker, it misses inside. That's the 2nd walk for a run this inning. Mattoon stretches its lead to 3 runs, and now they will officially bat around in this inning, as it'll be Zach Wetzel, the first baseman. He struck out to end the top of the first inning. It looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Austin Baker over there at first base. That was Jason Scoshi over there at who just came in to score. So now it's the top 3 hitters for Mattoon on the base paths: Meade Johnson, Gavin Gonzalez, and Austin Baker. Baker looks like he was lifted for a pinch runner, as action is starting over there in the Mahomet-Seymour bullpen. A righty is starting to throw, as Walters getting into some trouble here in the top of the 2nd inning. The first pitch home to Zach Wetzel is taken away for a ball, 1-0. Wetzel wearing number 12. Again, it's a right-hander starting to get loose for the Bulldogs. We'll see We'll let you know who it is when we get word, as Sampson's going to come and talk to Walters on the bump, looking to calm him down a little bit, also probably looking to give a little time for that reliever in the bullpen to get warm. Sampson gives his encouragement, and Walters will get back on the bump. Austin Baker has been spotted 3 runs for his cause here in the top of the second inning as the Green Wave jump out to a 3-0 lead. Again, this upcoming commercial break, we'll have a little special video message from some of the sports coaches here at Mahomet-Seymour. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, Wetzel swings through it. Walters looking to regain some of his swing and miss stuff. We've seen once he's been able to get into a groove, he's been really, really effective for the Bulldogs this season. As right now he is just looking to regain control of this game and control of some of his pitches. As the 1-1 pitch is coming home to Wetzel, fouled back to the screen, and now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Walters now 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. 4 straight Mattoon Green Wave base runners have reached, resulting in 3 runs, and the bases remain loaded here with 2 outs. Still a force out anywhere. As the 1-2 pitch home to Zach Wetzel, breaking ball in the dirt. McFall is able to stop it, and Wetzel's able to hold back, and it'll now be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 runners on in this 3-0 ball game. Walters still working out of the stretch. He gets the sign from McFall. He comes to the high set. He kicks and deals. That one's going to go behind Wetzel and actually hit him. It was a breaking ball. Wetzel squatted down. Looks like it might have gotten him off of the helmet. The ball rolls halfway down the first base line, but at the end of the day, it will result in a hit by pitch and another run for the Mattoon Green Wave. That's now 4 in the inning. 5 straight batters have reached, and now it's back to the man who started this inning, Cooper Bergstrom, with a single. He did come around and score. Meade Johnson came in to score on that last play. They're going to check and make sure that Wetzel is okay. The 10th batter to hit in this inning is coming to the plate in Cooper Bergstrom. He singled back up the middle in the top half of the second. He led off this inning. Seems like a while ago, but the Bulldogs still have only sent 4 batters to the plate, I should say, in this entire game. As looks like Nick DiFilippo is going to come to the mound, and Blake Walters' day looks like it's going to be over a little bit early. Disappointing start for him, as the Bulldogs are going to go to the bullpen a little bit. We're going to get to a little bit of a message for you. We'll have details about the new Bulldog pitcher when we get back. But first, we just want to tell everyone, Mahomet is the kind of town that knows how to rally behind its own. Take a look at this announcement to see how you can join the fund, raising efforts to support 2 families in their battle against cancer.
Okay, good morning, Bulldog families and fans. My name is Nick DiFilippo. I'm the head baseball coach here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. I'm here today with the other spring and summer sport coaches to make you aware of a program that our spring sports teams are putting together to support 2 of our families currently dealing and battling with cancer. This spring, Mahomet-Seymour baseball team will be taking pledges and donations for each strikeout recorded by the Bulldog pitching staff. This money will be collected at the end of the season and shared with the families of Lincoln Trail teacher Sarah Dyer and family of MSHS teacher Eric Andrecki.
And I'm Rob Ledden, the head wrestling coach, and we're also going to participate, and we're going to use Pins for Cancer.
Hi, Lisa Ayers, head softball coach. We're partnering with baseball, and we'll be taking donations and pledges for strikeouts this season as well.
My name is Keith Pogue. I'm the head boys track coach. I'm also representing our girls track program. We're going to contribute based on first place finishes this track season.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Davis, head varsity coach for the girls soccer this spring. We're going to be doing goals for cancer.
For more information on this initiative, please contact the head coach of any of the spring sports programs, as we'll be sharing this information also through the Sky Alert system, our social media, and other ways throughout the building. And remember, no Bulldog stands alone in their battle.
A link to the pledge form is in the description of this video. please consider offering what you can to help the Andracki and Dyer families. Let's show them that no Bulldogs stand alone. You can find that video on the Bulldog TV YouTube page where you are currently watching this live stream. So everyone, please go out there and show your support for these Bulldog families as they are going through an incredibly tough time. As the new pitcher for the Bulldogs is going to be Zach Corson, number 1. A lot of defensive changes for the Bulldogs as it looks like Nolan Nierenhausen is going to come out of this game. Walters is going to go in and play center field. The designated hitter was Braden Smith. It looks like he's probably going to stay as a designated hitter and now hit for the pitcher, Corson. We'll still wait to get official word on that, but Zach Corson comes into this game with quite a jam on him. It's going to be bases loaded and 2 outs for Cooper Bergstrom, the man who started this inning with a single. Bergstrom is 1 for 1 with a run scored today, and Corson's going to start out his day with a ball low. Corson has thrown 9 2/3 innings pitched so far this season, 2 starts and 4 relief appearances for him. He's given up 9 runs, only 7 of them earned, and struck out 12 for an ERA of 5.07. As the next one is in there for a strike. Good two-seam movement from Corson, and that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. Corson wears number 1 for the Bulldogs as his defensive lineman on the infield is going to stay the same. It still wagers Sampson, Norman, and Carr as the 1-1 pitch to Bergstrom is outside. 2 balls and a strike. Mattoon has already gotten 4 base hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch in this inning. They have 4 runs in, and they're looking to add a couple more. Bergstrom hitting with a 2-1 count and the bases loaded. The next pitch home from Corson is inside. 3 balls and a strike. These Bulldogs just cannot seem to find the strike zone. It's Gavin Gonzalez, Austin Baker, and Zach Wetzel on the bases right now for Mattoon, respectively. Looks like Baker might have been lifted for a pinch runner as he is the pitcher, but he will be back out there in the next half inning as he has been spotted. Quite a hefty lead as now the 3-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Cooper Bergstrom didn't quite like it. He thought that was ball 4, but regardless, the count is now full, and the runners will be off with this pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bulldogs looking to escape out of a jam after some damage has already been done. Corson looking to close the book on Blake Walters and stop the bleeding. The runners go. The 3-2 pitch chopped on the ground in between third and short. That's going to be in the left field. 2 runs are going to score, as no advancement from the runner on second base. A 2 RBI single from Cooper Bergstrom. He's got 2 hits in this inning alone, and Mattoon opens up their lead to 6-0. Those 2 runs will be charged both to Blake Walters, as they're still first and second, 2 outs, and that's going to be the second baseman, Drew Coffey. He also singled and scored in this inning, as the first pitch home to him will be a 2-seamer in there for a strike. Again, good movement on the Zach Corson fastball. The runner at second base out there right now, that's Zach Wetzel. That's the last man who is on the line of Blake Walters. After that, his book will officially be closed. The 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. Coffey hits from the right side of the plate. He's the second baseman of the ball game today. And the 1-1 pitch with Norman holding on the runner at second. And there's going to be time called at the plate. Looks like Coffey asked for it. Norman making sure that Zach Wetzel over there at second doesn't get too big of a lead. Carr is playing behind the runner at first base. And the 1-1 pitch lined into right field. It's going to be another base hit. Ashby's going to come up throwing. They're going to hold the runners all around. Again, Mattoon just going station to station. But Drew Coffey and Cooper Bergstrom both have 2 base hits in this inning alone, as Mattoon just continues to hit the ball. And it'll be Caden Rice coming to the plate for the Green Wave. He popped out to the shortstop, Sampson, for the first out of this inning. Caden Rice and Logan McDonald, the only 2 to make outs so far this inning, as this will now be the 11th batter that Mattoon sends to the plate, as the first pitch is off speed, misses away. Still bases loaded, 2 outs. It seems like almost half the at-bats in this inning have come with the bases loaded. Again, the Bulldogs have only sent 4 runners to the plate this whole game. It'll be Carr, Selk, and Sampson, each looking to get their first crack at it. They've been in the field for quite some time now, as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Good movement on the pitch from Corson. That's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. Caden Rice looking to avoid making 2 outs in the same inning. Not anything anyone ever wants to do. But right now this Mattoon lineup just keeps turning over and sending guys to the plate. As the 1-1 pitch, Corson out of the stretch. Fastball missed off the outside corner. McFall tried to hold it there and get the call, just was not able to. 2 balls and a strike. Mattoon comes in 2-3 in conference play. Mahomet is 1-1 in conference play so far this year, as Mattoon took 2 of 3 from Taylorville and dropped both to Mount Zion, as that one's going to be ripped in left field off the glove of the third baseman, Wagers. Station to station once again. That's probably going to go down as a base hit, as that ball was hit really, really well. That is officially going to be scored a base hit, an RBI single from Caden Rice. Another run comes in to score, and it's going to be Logan McDonald coming in now. McDonald hits with the bases loaded. He struck out back earlier in this inning. Again, I keep trying to reference earlier innings, but he is the 12th man to bat here in the inning for Mattoon, as they've put up 7. After a fairly quiet first inning for both teams, it's been an offensive eruption for Mattoon in this inning. They've got 8 base hits on the day, and they've now had 8 consecutive runners reach. Logan McDonald, who's at the plate right now, was the last out made, as the 1-0 pitch is in the right field. That one's going down towards the line, going to be a foul ball just by a couple feet, gracefully, for this Mahomet-Seymour defense. They did not need that ball going fair. It was a little bit of a scary one, but it's still just strike number 1. 1-1 will be the count, as another right-hander is up and throwing in the Mahomet-Seymour bullpen, as they're looking like they're going to be struggling to get outs throughout this game. Mattoon's bats have absolutely come alive. They're 4-7, 2-3 in conference, but nobody seemed to tell them that, as they are putting a beating on the Bulldogs here early on. Corson is at the high set, and the 1-1 pitch, a curveball in there for a strike. Great pitch off speed, froze Logan McDonald there, and now with 1-2 count and 2 outs, again, the Bulldogs are 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. The infielders play behind all the runners, and the 1-2 pitch swung on. They're going to see. Looks like they're going to call a balk. The pitch was a check swing. Would have been close to see if he went around, but they're going to call no pitch. A balk is going to bring in a run, and now Mattoon will have runners on second and third. That's their 8th run of the inning, and there will be no force out now for the Mahomet-Seymour infielders. They're going to have to throw it across to first base, as the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the next pitch from Corson, off-speed pitch, swung on and missed, and this inning is finally over. The Mattoon Green Waves send 12 runners to the plate. They score 8 runs, and after an inning and a half here at Mahomet-Seymour, Mattoon is off to a big lead. It'll be Zach Carr coming to the plate for the Bulldogs, as they are going to be looking to come back from a massive deficit. They've got a hole the size of a crater to dig out of right now. It's got to start with just getting runners on base, as Carr's going to lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Bulldogs against Austin Baker, who only allowed one base runner in the bottom half of the first inning. Carr batting fifth and playing first base for the Bulldogs today as the 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike. Carr has played in all 11 games so far, comes in with a batting average of .387, 12 base hits in 31 tries so far this season as the 1-1 runs up and in, back to the backstop, 2 balls and a strike. Carr with 2 doubles and a home run on the season to go along with 9 singles. He's driven in 11 and scored 12. Both of those rank up above the top of the team for the Bulldogs. As the 2-1 pitch misses high, 3 balls and a strike. Carr wears number 21, the senior, going on to play baseball at Rose-Hulman after he leaves Mahomet-Seymour after graduation this season. As the 3-1 pitch home to him, catches the outside corner. The count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A right-hander still getting loose over there in the bullpen for the Bulldogs. They've already used 2 pitchers through the 2 innings so far. As the full count pitch misses just a hair low, Zach Carr is on base for a leadoff walk, I should say. And that's going to bring the left fielder Carter Selk to the plate. Carter Selk, number 6, bats from the left side of the plate. Second lefty-lefty matchup that Baker's going to have today, or so far today, I should say. Selk hitting .290 on the season, 9 base hits in 31 attempts as he takes a big hack at the first pitch and comes up empty. No balls and 1 strike. Carr, decent lead over there at first base. Can't imagine the Bulldogs are going to be starting the runners down this much, but you never know. Trying to get out of the double play as the 0-1 pitch off speed in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Austin Baker. He took a lot off of that one, and Selk was frozen quickly behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. As out of the stretch after the leadoff walk, Austin Baker's 0-2 pitch home to Carter Selk. Another off speed. This one misses up in the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Selk has 3 doubles and 5 singles on the season to go along with 1 home run of his own. He's knocked in 6 as the 1-2 pitch home to him. Got him on the outside corner. A punch out for Austin Baker. That's his 2nd of the evening. And that is going to bring the shortstop, Will Sampson, to the plate.
Will Sampson.
Sampson wears number 27. He's batting .394 on the season. He leads the team with 16 runs driven in. Also leads them with 7 doubles so far on the season. He's had great production. He's hitting out of the 7 spot as a check on Carr. He dives back safely. The throw gets away, though, and he's going to try and advance the second base. He's going to be in there safely without a throw. Zach Wetzel over there at first was unable to keep that ball in front, and so a throwing error on the pitcher. Austin Baker has a runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Sampson, the team's leading RBI man, is going to try and bring him in. Outfield playing straight up. Decent gap in right center field for Sampson as the first pitch to him misses up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Sampson, the senior, has scored 14 runs. He leads the team in both runs batted in and runs scored, as he has also walked 4 times to go bring him an OBP of .474. Takes a big hack at that 1-0 delivery and comes up empty. Evens up the count at 1-1. Meade Johnson is holding on Zach Carr over there at second base, keeping him close. We'll see if the Bulldogs want to test any of the Mattoon outfielders on a single to the outfield as the 1-1 pitch is up in the zone, misses for a ball, 2-1. Wetzel guarding the line over there at first base. Decent gap up the middle of the infield. A ground ball, in all likelihood, would see its way through. The left-handed batting Keegan Ashby, the right fielder, waits on deck. As Baker is set once again, and the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sampson has put 2 mighty hacks at it so far this at bat, but so far come up empty. Baker has now walked 1, given up 1 hit to go along with his 2 strikeouts. As the 2-2 pitch misses just a hair inside. Good eye by Will Sampson, and that's going to bring the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Baker is set, and the full count pitch popped up over by us. Watch out for the cars there in the parking lot as it's going to avoid all of them, and the count is going to stay 3-2. The line is officially closed on Blake Walters. He goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, and is going to be charged with 8 runs. Excuse me, he's only going to be charged with 7 of those runs. 7 runs, as one of the runs came in on the course and balk. As the 3-2 pitch is jacked down the left field line. That one is deep, and it's going to be off the wall on 1 hop. Keeps it fair. Will Sampson adds to his team lead in RBI as well as doubles, as the Bulldogs are back on the board here in this game, 8-1. Sampson did a fantastic job keeping his hands in, able to keep that ball fair as it one-hopped the fence down there in left field. Logan McDonald, by the time he was able to get to it, it was a stand-up double and an easy RBI from Will Sampson. Great piece of hitting by him. And that will bring the right fielder Keegan Ashby to the plate. Ashby throws left, bats left, comes in, hitting just 154 as he watches the first pitch breaking ball miss up high. 2 base hits in 13 trips to the plate for him on the season. Also has 4 walks for an on-base percentage of .389. He's been doing a good job of getting on base and making productive outs so far this season, as the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Good fastball there by Baker, challenged him, and it's now 1-1. Ashby hits in the 8th spot in the order. It'll be the designated hitter Smith, Braden Smith on deck, and then back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs. A walk, a throwing error on a pickoff play, and then a double has resulted in the Bulldogs' first run of this contest, as the 1-1 breaking ball is going to be a strike. Ashby tried to hold up, but it did not matter. The call was a strike nonetheless, and is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baker has been spotted a big lead here in the top of the second, and as we play in the bottom, he's just trying to get outs for Mattoon right now, as the 1-2 curveball is well in the dirt. Good eye by Ashby, sees it all the way in, and the count's even at 2-2. Straight up infield and outfield, as right field plays a little bit towards the line. That's Jason Scoshi for Mattoon. It's a 2-2 pitch to Ashby in the dirt. Good block by Bergstrom. No advancement from Sampson, and the count is now full. Mattoon will send 9-1-2 to the plate in their top half of the 3rd inning. Scoshi, Meade Johnson, and Gavin Gonzalez, as we saw everyone except for Logan McDonald in the Mattoon order reached base in that last half inning. Logan McDonald struck out twice, but everyone else reached base at least once, and several players reached base twice. As the 3-2 pitch to Ashby, chopped on the ground to second base. It's actually going to be the first baseman, Wetzel, who takes it. He flips to Baker, who is able to cover just in time. Sampson with a big turnaround third base, but he is eventually going to be retreating. It's 3-1 on the putout. Ashby is able to advance the runner to third, and it's going to be the designated hitter, Braden Smith, coming to the plate. Smith has only played 6 games so far, but has been hitting very well in his limited time. 5 hits and 11 at-bats. That's a batting average of .455. 4 singles and a double for him. He's knocked in 2 runs, walked 3 times. His OBP is .600, which is the 2nd highest on the team behind Nathan McFall. Again, a little bit of a limited sample size, but he has been able to produce when called upon this year, and that is going to continue as he laces one in the right center field. He's going to take a big round around first base and eventually hold up, but Sampson is able to come in to score. The bottom of the Bulldog order coming up big, and that's going to cut into this lead a little bit more as Sampson comes around to score. Adds to his lead on the team in runs, doubles, and now runs scored. Will Sampson doing a great job this season. Great piece of hitting by Braden Smith, and now it's back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Andrew Norman, the 2nd baseman, steps in. He struck out in his only plate appearance so far today. The Bulldogs' 3rd base hit there by Braden Smith, as the first pitch home to Norman is in the dirt. Smith, a little indecisive there. Looked like he could have made it to second base on the curveball in the dirt, but he ended up stopping about in between a third and half the way there, and was able to come back. Bergstrom popped out of his crouch and was able to keep it close enough where Smith did not feel he was able to advance. So the runner will stay at first, still a force out at second if needed, as the 1-0 pitch coming home to Norman, fouled out of play down the left field line and over the Bulldog dugout. Still action in the Bulldog bullpen. Zach Corson came in relief of Blake Walters in the 2nd inning. He gave up 3 hits and struck out 1. Is going to be charged with 1 earned run. And we'll see if he is able to come back out for the third inning, or if Nick DiFilippo will go with a replacement, as looked like a changeup there. Norman swung through it, and the count now is 1-2. Baker looking to get out of this inning with only the 2 runs allowed, which, given the lead he was spotted, doesn't seem all that much. Smith leads at first. Baker set, and the 1-2. Curveball away, taken by Norman. So far, the Bulldogs have done a good job today, staying disciplined. They haven't chased a lot of pitches. Baker has been leading them to weak contact for the most part, as 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Andrew Norman and Austin Baker. As the 2-2 pitch coming home to Norman, he swings and misses. That is Baker's 3rd strikeout of the evening, the 2nd one to Andrew Norman. The Bulldogs are starting to claw back, though. They add 2 in the inning, and after 2 full, 8-2 Mattoon. It will indeed be Zach Corson coming back to the bump for the Bulldogs, as he came in relief of Walter's last inning. He's going to start his first full inning. It's going to be 9-1-2 for the Green Wave in their order. Scosi, Meade Johnson, and Gavin Gonzalez, as Scosi had a base hit and came around to score a run back in that 8-run second inning, as he looks at a first pitch strike. Just a reminder, it is a very crazy time for Bulldog TV, and make sure to give your support to all the different broadcasts that are going around, as that pitch is in there for another strike. Lots of students volunteering their time and giving up their afternoons to bring you broadcasts. So baseball, wrestling, softball, soccer, all of them are currently having streams, so make sure to check YouTube. As the ball is swung on and missed, McFall's going to get it and throw down to first base. A strikeout for Zach Corson. Nice play all around. His 2nd strikeout of the day. Scosi is down swinging, and it's back to the top of the order. Meade Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 1. He had a double in the first inning and walked in a run, and eventually came around to score himself in that 8-run second, as it looks like that pass ball hit the umpire. I thought McFall was able to keep it in front of him. It looks like it got through him and hit our home plate umpire tonight. Looked like it got him a little flush, too. So Nick DiFilippo out there to check on him just a little bit. Bulldogs very fortunate that it was able to hit the umpire, as McFall was able to corral it and throw it down to first. If it got all the way to the backstop, there's a good chance Scosi would have been able to leg that one out, as it looks like the umpire partner is going to come in now and just check on him. Our umpire's down on one knee. Not really sure where it got him. Have to imagine it was in the lower body, as the pitch was in the dirt. Have to imagine it was somewhere in the shin area, knee area. But again, a little bit of a cool day here at the broadcast. Getting down towards 50 degrees. Any ball that comes at you and hits you square is not going to feel good, but especially on a little bit of a chilly day like today, can definitely understand that one was not fun whatsoever for today's home plate umpire. But it looks like he's going to be okay, and we're going to return to play. Again, back to the top of the order in Johnson. He's been on base both times today, as this Bulldog pitching staff has yet to have an answer for him. Johnson was part of the stretch of Mattoon players last inning. 8 consecutive players reached base, as Johnson was the second one to do that, and the first pitch breaking ball is in the dirt for a ball. Scosi started it off in the second inning. It was 2 outs. There were a runner on first and second. It was still a 0-0 game, and then it was single walk, hit by pitch, single before Logan McDonald finally struck out and ended that second inning, but not before 8 runs came across the board, and Mattoon has opened up a big lead here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. It's a 2-0 count now on Meade Johnson. Corson certainly being a little careful with him, as now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball looked a little bit outside, but Corson got the call. A little bit of late movement on his fastball. I've been talking a little bit about the 2-seam action he's got. It tails away from the lefties in towards the righties, and he was able to get the call on that one. He gets the call on this one as well, as he comes back from 2-0 down, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, as the left-handed hitting Johnson with no batting gloves chokes up a little bit, and the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball inside, gets away from McFall again, bounces over toward the Bulldog dugout. Wasn't sure if that hit maybe the batter, but there was no reaction there. Looks like it'll just be a ball, and the count will run full. Again, this is Corson's 7th appearance this season. 5 times he's come out of the bullpen now, as he has walked 5 and struck out 12 coming into today. And the 3-2 pitch is ripped deep into right field. That ball is deep to the track to the wall, but Keegan Ashby makes the catch out there. Nice play from the Bulldog right fielder. He hadn't played really well. Johnson's hitting the ball hard today, but that's the first time the Bulldogs have been able to set him down. And a quick 2 outs for Zach Corson, exactly what the Bulldogs need. And it'll be Gavin Gonzalez come to the plate. He singled for an RBI his last time up and eventually came around to score himself. He also struck out back in the first inning at the hands of Blake Walters, as the first pitch is a fastball that runs in there for a strike. 0-1. As the wind picks up here at Mahomet-Seymour High School, Ashby had a great beat on that ball out in right field. Ball was stung quite well, but he was able to get back there and make the play without much trouble. Hard to tell from our angle here behind home plate how close that was to the wall. The wind is blowing in today, as we've said, as it looks like it shifted. It looks like it's blowing straight in from right field now, and we'll have to see how that will impact later on. But we'll got to wonder if that ball from Johnson was held up by the wind, as Gavin Gonzalez rips it right back up the middle. Really nice contact for him. That's going to be a single with 2 outs. He's now 2 for 3 on the day, and it'll bring in Austin Baker. Baker, the pitcher for Mattoon today, has yet to record an official at bat. He's walked twice in the game. He walked with a man on second and 1 out in the first inning, and he walked with the bases loaded back in the second, so he drove in a run and eventually came around to score himself on the RBI single from Caden Rice. As Gonzalez gets his lead off of first, and the first pitch home to Austin Baker. He chops it on the ground to shortstop. Sampson stays down, going to take it to second base and touch it himself. 6 unassisted on the putout for the Bulldogs, and they're going to come to bat. They still got a lot of ground to make up, but a good 0 there by Zach Corson. We're going to the bottom of the third. 8-2 our score. It'll be Blake Walters leading us off here in the bottom half of the third inning. Walters a single in his first trip to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He was the starting pitcher for the Bulldogs here today before his day was cut quite short in the second inning, as he eventually was charged with 7 of the 8 runs allowed in that second inning alone. As a good eye there, takes this count to 2-0. Walters has taken over in center field after being taken out of the game pitching, and he will stay in this 2 spot in the order, as the 2-0 pitch looked to be maybe a little low, but Baker gets the benefit of the call, and it'll now be 2-1. Walters wearing number 4, and the 2-1 pitch home from Baker smacked into deep left center field. Going back to the track, to the wall. See you later. Blake Walters goes deep, gets his team back in this just a little bit more. That's his first home run of the season, RBI number 9, and this game is now 8-3 as Blake Walters stings a 2-1 pitch over the left field wall. Logan McDonald was going back on that ball like he had a read on it, but that one just was not going to be held up by the wind. Walters with a big fly here in the bottom of the third, and with nobody out, that's going to bring Nathan McFall to the plate. Nathan McFall grounded out to the second baseman in the bottom half of the first inning. He's doing the catching here today, as he's done a great job behind the plate. Has been keeping balls in front of him all day long. Bulldog pitchers with a little bit of some control issues, so McFall being able to make sure base runners aren't advancing on some of those been very beneficial, as this could have gotten even more out of hand for the Bulldogs, as he takes a breaking ball to the shortstop. That's going to be Johnson, who gathers, throws, and gets McFall by half a step. McFall runs very well, but 6-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Chase Wagers. Chase Wagers also grounded out to the second baseman, Drew Coffey, in the bottom half of the first. McFall and Wagers both grounding out 4-3. Wagers coming in with a .400 batting average. And Baker working out of the windup with nobody on. The 0-0 pitch misses outside, 1-0. After this game, Mattoon will return to action this Thursday as they take on Casey Westfield, and then this Saturday it'll be a conference doubleheader at home against the Effingham Hearts. For Mahomet, it'll be at Oakwood this Thursday, as 2 quick strikes has Wagers behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be at Oakwood this Thursday for the Bulldogs, and then at Charleston in a conference doubleheader this Saturday. As the 1-2 pitch, a curveball. Wagers waited back but just could not make contact with it. Good pitch there from Baker, and that's going to be his 4th strikeout of the game, and it's going to bring Zach Carr into the box. Zach Carr led off the bottom of the second inning with a walk and did come around the score on the RBI double by Will Sampson. As the first pitch home to him, curveball, he could not hold up. A little bit of a half swing, and Baker gets the call. 0-1 is the count. Carter Selk, the left fielder, waits on deck if Carr is able to extend the inning. But 2 really good pitches, a breaking ball away, and a fastball away, and Baker working quickly. Already has Carr behind in the count, 0-2. The next delivery to him, a little bit low. Baker wanted the call, just not able to get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baker working quickly out there on the bump. He's got 4 strikeouts, allowing all 3 earned runs so far. Bulldogs with 4 hits on the day. As the left-handed Baker winds and fires the 1-2. Big breaking ball, just couldn't get it down in the zone. Popped up out of his hand. That's going to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on. It'll be Wetzel, Bergstrom, and Coffey to the plate for Mattoon in the top half of the 4th. Carr chops on the ground to shortstop. Meade Johnson gets it. Fires over to Wetzel, who digs it out of the dirt nicely. The Bulldogs only able to get 1 hit in the inning, but it was a big one as Blake Walters leaves the yard, and after 3 full innings, they still trail 8-3.
12, Zach Wetzel.
It'll be 4, 5, and 6 here for Mattoon here in the top half of the fourth inning. Wetzel, Bergstrom, and Coffee. Wetzel was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in his last time at the plate. He also struck out to end the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. He did come around to score after that hit by pitch, as Zach Corson is back on the bump and starts things out with a strike. Corson struggled a little bit in that second inning after coming in relief, but settled down in the third, allowing just a 1 hit and getting a strikeout to put up a 0. As a little check swing is going to drop in front of Sampson. He's going to come up and make the play. The throw is low. Carr digs it out, but not in time. Really weird play as Wetzel just stuck out the bat, got it off the end. It dropped in between the pitcher Corson and Sampson, and his throw to Carr was dug out nicely, but not quite in time. It's going to be an infield base hit for Zach Wetzel, his first of the ball game, and now it's going to bring up Cooper Bergstrom. Bergstrom having himself a really good day. He's 2 for 2, has a single and a run scored in the first, a single, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored in the second, as he's looking to keep up his hot day. The first pitch home from Corson is a breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by McFall, 1-0. Wetzel, pretty small lead over there at first base. Can't imagine Mattoon will be running up by 5 runs. As Corson comes set, and the 1-0 pitch. Ripped into left field, but just a couple feet foul. Bergstrom was not fooled at all by that fastball. He was ready for it. It was tailing in, and he got his hands way out in front of it, but was just not quite able to keep it fair as it went off down into the left field corner for strike number 1. Mattoon comes in on a 3-game winning streak as they are playing very well. 2 wins against Taylorville and 1 non-conference win yesterday against Neoga. They won that one 13-4 at home, as the 1-1 curveball is taken low, blocked by McFall again. 2 balls and a strike. The Apollo Conference, always a very competitive one. Both these teams looking to gain the upper hand, as they both got challenging games against Effingham and Charleston coming up on the horizon. As Corson is set, and the 2-1 pitch into right center field. Ashby's going to go back, and he's not going to get it. It's going to take 1 hop. He's going to bring it. It's going to be Bergstrom going all the way to third base. Excuse me, Wetzel going all the way to third base, and Bergstrom stopping at first. He's now 3 for 3 on the ball game. First and third for the second baseman, Drew Coffey. Coffey is also 2 for 2 on the day. He singled and scored in the first and singled in the second, as Mattoon once again is threatening. Bulldogs playing the corners, even with the bags and the middle infield back, looking for the double play or the play at the plate, depending where the ball is hit. The first pitch to Coffey is in there for a strike. It's now quiet down there in the Bulldog bullpen, so either Zach Corson has this game, has this situation all for him, or the Bulldog reliever is already warm and ready, as that one's going to be skied into right field. Ashby's going to have to retreat a little bit. Tagging at third is Wetzel. The throw is going to be cut off by Carr. Play at the plate. The tag is there, and he is out. Great relay from the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. A little bit of bad base running there by Zach Wetzel as he started home, had to break back, and eventually still win. It's going to be a 9-3-2 double play for the Bulldogs, as that one is a rally killer for the Mattoon Green Wave. Great defense by the Bulldogs. That's going to bring up Caden Rice, who has popped out and singled in a run so far in this game. Corson comes set, and the big breaking ball is in there for a strike. Good pitch by Zach Corson. He had Caden Rice absolutely frozen on that one. Corson looking to put up the second 0 in a row for the Bulldogs. Much needed zeros, as their offense needs to come alive and try and climb back into this game. He goes back to another breaking ball. Again, it drops in there for a strike. Caden Rice unable to pick up his bat, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. Corson way ahead in the count, has some room to play with. He comes set on the stretch, and the 0-2 pitch. This one blocked in the dirt. Bergstrom over there at first base. No advancement. Again, McFall just been a stud back there behind the plate defensively, as nothing is getting by him today, and it really helps because Bulldog pitchers know that they can waste a pitch in the dirt if needed. They know that McFall's back there, and there's not much risk for advancement from the runners. It really gets a lot of confidence, and the pitchers are working a lot better when they know that they can spike one if needed to try and get a hitter to chase, as we've seen Mattoon hitters doing so far today, as the 1-2 pitch chopped weakly on the ground to Norman at second base. He's going to bobble it. His play is to first base. Close play, and he is safe, as Zach Carr stretched but was not able to get the out. It's going to go down as an E4 on Andrew Norman, and the inning will continue. Logan McDonald, the left fielder, will come into the plate.
And that puts men on first and second.
Corson going to look and try and pick up his second baseman here. Any runs scored so far this inning now will be unearned, as McDonald is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the inning, or on the day so far. Both came in the second inning. Norman's going to get another chance. He makes sure to stay down on this one, and he redeems himself. No harm, no foul on the air. A great sac fly, double play relay. It had double play for the Bulldogs. It keeps a 0 on the board, and after 3.5, Mattoon leads 8-3. Six, 7, and 8 coming up this inning for the Bulldogs as they face off against Austin Baker once again. They've scored in 2 consecutive innings, but they still trail 8-3. It will be Carter Selk starting things off as he takes a hack at a high fastball, comes up empty. He is 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout looking on the ball game so far. It'll be Selk, Sampson, and Ashby in this inning. 6, 7, and 8, and the DH, Braden Smith, down in the 9 hole if anyone is to reach and extend the inning. Baker gets the sign from Bergstrom, and the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Carter Selk, the tall left fielder, bats from the left side of the plate, as the Bulldogs have 3 left-handed hitters in their lineup today. As that one, another breaking ball, misses away. Ashby, Selk, and Normand all batting from the left side of the plate as the 2-1 pitch misses away. 3 balls and a strike now. We saw last inning, Zach Carr started things off, or excuse me, 2 innings ago, Zach Carr started things off with a leadoff walk, and he did eventually come around to score as the 3-1 pitch swung on and missed. Baker having a lot of effectiveness with that fastball so far, so the count runs full. They say when you get 3-1, you're probably going to get 3-2. Selk probably sitting dead red here, and the full count pitch is indeed a fastball, but he spiked it. Baker with his 2nd walk of the game so far. Bulldogs have their leadoff man on for the 3rd inning. 3 out of 4 innings they've gotten their leadoff man on base. It's going to be Will Sampson coming to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI double and came around to score a run back in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Sampson leads the team in runs scored, RBI, and doubles this season as a well-placed fastball gets him behind 0-1. Sampson's 8th double came in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The next closest Bulldog to that is Mateo Casillas. He's got 4. So Sampson with a comfortable lead there, been hitting really, really well. He's down in the 7th spot of the order right now, and he's quickly behind 0-2. But he's certainly given great production and could see him moving up a little bit if the Bulldogs are struggling throughout their order. Selk with a decent lead over there at first base And the 0-2 pitch from Sampson swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. He is set down on 3 pitches. That's the 4th strikeout of the day for Austin Baker. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Keegan Ashby. Excuse me, that's the 5th strikeout of the day for Austin Baker. As Ashby comes up, he grounded out 3-1 to the first baseman, Zach Wetzel, his last time up. Fastball taken high for a ball, 1-0. Again, Ashby only hitting a .154 on the season, only 2 base hits so far, but he is getting on base at a pretty decent clip. 389 is his on-base percentage. He's been finding a way to get on the base paths as the 1-0 pitch looks like Baker might have taken a little something off, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. The sun starts to set here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. It's getting a little bit chillier, and it is a great day for baseball. The next Bulldog TV baseball broadcast will be a week from tomorrow, next Wednesday, as the Bulldogs will play host to the Danville Maroons. As a bunt attempt from Ashby, he comes up empty. It's a strike, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Bulldog 8-hitter. The designated hitter, Braden Smith, who has an RBI single himself, waits on deck. Selk leads off of first, and Baker's going to step off and get another sign from his catcher, Cooper Bergstrom. Again, a week from tomorrow, Wednesday, May 19th, will be the next home Bulldog baseball broadcast, weather permitting, of course. You can catch it right here on Bulldog TV as the pitch gets through Bergstrom. Selk, with a good awareness play over there at first base, is able to move up into scoring position, and the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bulldogs looking to scratch a run across for the 3rd consecutive inning, as they are just trying to claw back in any way they can after Mattoon had put up 8 runs in the top half of the 2nd inning. The Bulldogs have gotten 3 of them back, but still a large hill to climb, and Austin Baker has been dealing very, very well. As the 2-2 pitch is fouled back to the screen. Count remains locked at 2-2. That Danville game a week from Wednesday will be happening at the normal time, 5 p.m., just like it happened today. As the 2-2 pitch taken outside, Austin Baker thought he had him rung up, but Ashby with the good eye. The count runs full. Already a walk in the inning. That was Selk, and he stands at second base. Baker looking to not lose another batter as he is set, and the 3-2 pitch home to Ashby, fouled out of play. He spoiled a good fastball there, and the count will remain full. Bulldogs working some good at-bats against Austin Baker. Pitch count getting up there a little bit. No action in the Mattoon bullpen as of right now. No action in the Mahomet-Seymour bullpen either, as Zach Corson has settled into a decent groove himself. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Mattoon in the top half of the 5th. As the 3-2 pitch to Ashby, he goes around on the swing and is rung up. The 5th strikeout of the day. Excuse me, the 6th strikeout of the day. I'm always one behind, but Austin Baker gets his 2nd strikeout in a row. Ashby looked like he was trying to defend himself a little bit as that up and in fastball. He certainly didn't want to go around, but his bat crossed the plane, and that will be a strikeout. So it'll be down to Braden Smith, the designated hitter in the 9-hole, 1-for-1 with an RBI single on the ballgame today. The breaking ball misses down and in, and it is 1-0. So far, only 3 broadcasts left here on Bulldog TV. Next Wednesday, then Tuesday, May 25th against Effingham, and Thursday, May 27th against Salt Fork. And then it'll be off to postseason play for these Bulldogs, as we can't wait to bring it all to you here on Bulldog TV. Again, softball, girls soccer, and wrestling all currently in their seasons right now alongside baseball, and Bulldog TV is working incredibly hard to bring all the action to you, all the home Mahomet-Seymour events. So go out there, support them, give them some love, like all the streams, and give Bulldog TV a subscribe, because they're working really hard for you to bring you all these home sporting events. As Smith backs out of the way of that one, he's quickly ahead in the count, 3-0. It's top of the order, and Andrew Norman waiting on deck for the Bulldogs should Smith reach. Smith started out the designated hitter for the center fielder, Nierenhausen, but Nierenhausen came out of the game when Walters moved from the pitcher's mound to center field. So now Smith will be the designated hitter for the current pitcher, Zach Corson. And the 3-0 pitch, Smith taken all the way and watches a strike go by, 3-1. Big gap in right center field as Jason Scosi plays over towards the line. It will be Scosi, Meade Johnson, and Gavin Gonzalez hitting in the top half of the fifth. The 3-1 pitch way up and away. Braden Smith works a walk, the second walk of the inning, and the Bulldogs are threatening a little bit here in the bottom of the fourth. They've got 2 men on for 2 outs for the top of their order. Andrew Norman. Norman struggled a little bit at the dish today. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging. 2 of Austin Baker's 6 strikeouts on the day have come via Andrew Norman. 5 of the 6 have been swinging strikeouts for him today. Carter Selk went down looking in the second as Norman takes a hack at a fastball. Might have chased up in the zone on that one, and it's now 0-1. It's chilly, but it's still a really nice day here at the ballpark. The sun is shining. A couple clouds, but it's supposed to stay nice throughout the remainder of this game. The wind's still blowing in a little bit from right center field, but we haven't seen that impact the balls too much as we saw Blake Walters, the man on deck, leave the yard. We've seen Meade Johnson hit one to the wall in left center field, and we saw a deep fly out from Meade Johnson to right field his last time up. So the balls are still flying pretty well here as Norman's going to look to get a hold of one. He's got a 1-1 count. Runners on first and second, and Baker's next one is lined up the middle. Nick DiFilippo is given the wave, and the ball is bobbled in center field. It's going to be Carter Selk scoring without a throw. Stand up, 2 out, base hit from Andrew Norman. The Bulldogs indeed do score for the 3rd consecutive inning. They're clawing back at this lead in any way they can. Norman's first base hit of the day brings home another Bulldog runner, and it's now 8-4 for the Bulldogs' best hitter of the day so far. It's Blake Walters. He's 2 for 2 on the day, a single in the first and a solo home run leading off the bottom of the 3rd. He's got a chance to do some damage here as Austin Baker has yet to find the answer for the Bulldog starting pitcher and now center fielder, as the outfield for Mattoon is going to back up a little bit. No one holding on the runner at second base. That's the designated hitter, Braden Smith, as Walters takes the first one down low. Braden Smith at first, Braden Smith at second. Andrew Norman is over there at first base. It's Logan McDonald, Gavin Gonzalez, and Jason Scosi from left to right in the outfield for Mattoon. No one holding on either runner as the 1-0 pitch to Walters in the dirt. Good block by Bergstrom, and the count will now be 2-0. The power-hitting catcher Nathan McFall waits on deck. He's driven in 9 runs on the season so far and scored 13 of them, as Baker does not want to load the bases and bring the tying run to the plate. The 2-0 pitch, challenge Walters. He sends it in the shallow center field. Gonzalez gets a late break on it. He dives, and he is not able to make the catch. The ball was dropped, and it's another 2-out RBI single for the Bulldogs. Braden Smith comes in to score. Walters and Norman doing it at the top of the order. Walters is now 3 for 3 on the day. That's his 2nd RBI, and the Bulldogs are going to send the tying runner to the plate, Nathan McFall, as they've scored 2 in this inning. Gavin Gonzalez got a little bit of a late jump on that ball out there in center field. He gave it a dive. He gave it a great effort. Couldn't quite tell if he got it. Braden Smith did well to keep on trucking around third base. Nick DiFilippo was giving him the wave the entire way as he was able to score without a throw. The base umpire eventually making the signal that the ball was not caught and it hit the ground. And the Bulldogs getting it done with 2 outs here, as they just had a man on first and 2 outs before a walk and 2 RBI singles from the top 2 hitters in their order. Andrew Norman now 1 for 3. Blake Walters now 3 for 3. And it will be Nathan McFall looking to put a dent into this lead. The Bulldogs trail by 3, but McFall can change that with 1 swing of the bat. He's 0 for 2 today, a ground out to each of the middle infielders respectively so far. 1 to second in the first inning and 1 to short in the third, as Baker challenges him right away, comes over with a fastball, no balls, 1 strike. Once again, outfielders playing a little deep, no one holding on either runner, as both Norman and Walters run pretty well on the base paths for the Bulldogs. As the 0-1 pitch to McFall, a changeup, misses down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Still quiet in both bullpens, as it looks like Zach Corson for the Bulldogs and Austin Baker for the Green Wave are going to be the pitchers for the foreseeable future in this one. Big at bat here in this game as the 1-1 pitch is an off speed, taken for a strike. Good pitch by Baker, froze McFall a little bit. Now he's going to have to choke up, shorten up a little bit with 2 strikes. Bulldog runners will be off on the swing with 2 strikes and 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch to McFall misses up and in. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The Bulldogs already with 2 runs home in this inning. They've got 6 hits on the ball game, and they're looking to crawl a little bit closer after being down 8-0. They've made this a ball game. The 2-2 pitch home to McFall, off speed, misses up in the zone, and now the base runners are going to have a head start. Walters at first base has to make sure that Baker comes home, but a ball in the gap should easily score 2 now, as Norman and Walters should be off with the pitch. Baker is set out of the stretch, and the 3-2 pitch with the runners going. McFall fouls it back right over towards us. It's going to find some green grass, and McFall got a fastball on that pitch, and we're going to have to see another one as the runners will retreat back to first and second respectively, and McFall will dig back in. Again, he's 0 for 2 on the day, but he's the Bulldogs' leading hitter, an average of .471 on the season. He's got 9 runs driven in. Baker set again. The runners go again. He checks his swing, and he is rung up on the fastball up in the zone. Looked like that one might have been high, but Austin Baker gets the benefit of the call, and the Bulldogs will strand 2. But not before they bring a couple more across. We've played 4 full here at Mahomet-Seymour High School, and we've got a game 8-5. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Mattoon Green Wave as we've got a close ball game. If you're just joining us, Mattoon was ahead 8-0, but the Bulldogs have slowly scratched their way back as Jason Scocci is going to follow a ball right back towards us. And it's going to be strike number 1. Zach Corson out there for his 3rd full inning of work. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Green Wave up in this inning. Scocci is 1 for 2 on the ball game. He singled and scored in the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 3rd. A little bit lost in that last inning is Austin Baker did eventually strike out the side. It was he struck out Sampson and Ashby back-to-back, but after 3 Bulldog runners reached, he did end up striking out McFall. So that's the first inning in this game that one of the pitchers has struck out the side. Corson gets the strike call on the outside corner. Baker is up to 7 strikeouts on the day through 4 innings pitched. He's given up 5 runs, all earned, and 6 hits, along with 3 walks. So it hasn't been a stellar outing for him, but the 7 strikeouts are very impressive as Corson gets the strike 3 called on the outside corner. Great pitch from him. That's his 2nd strikeout of the day. Scocci is sent down looking, his 2nd strikeout of the day. And it's going to be Meade Johnson coming to the plate. Meade Johnson has hit the ball well in both of his plate appearances to go along with a walk. He started out this game with a double. He then walked with the bases loaded and flew out to deep right field. Keegan Ashby out there in right tracked it down back in the top of the 3rd inning. So he's just 1 for 2 on the day, but he's been putting up some of the best at-bats of all the Mattoon Green Wave hitters so far, as Corson's fastball runs outside, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. The Bulldogs will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate next inning in the bottom of the 5th, as Corson comes with a backdoor breaking ball, just isn't able to get it to come back around the plate. It stays outside. McFall not quite able to frame it, and it'll be 3 balls and no strikes. Meade Johnson looking to reach base for the 3rd time today. Gavin Gonzalez waits on deck as Corson winds and fires the 3-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner. Good fastball. 3 balls and a strike now. The wind continues to blow. It's now pretty much blowing in straight from right field, maybe a little bit of right center field. But both center fielder Blake Walters and right fielder Keegan Ashby playing very deep for this Mattoon hitter, as the 3-1 pitch is another good one on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Corson doing a good job throwing strikes and not giving Meade anything too crazy good to hit, as now we'll see if he's able to challenge him here on the full strike pitch. Corson works out of the windup and the delivery. Misses low. He loses him from 3-0 back to full, but eventually a walk. Johnson's 2nd walk of the day, and that's going to bring up Gavin Gonzalez. Gonzalez is playing center field today. He's got 2 base hits. He singled in the 3rd inning. He also singled in a run in the 2nd and came around to score, and he struck out in the 1st, so he's 2 for 3 on the day. Carr is going to hold on Johnson over there at first base, and Sampson and Norman will pinch up the middle and play for the double play. Corson hasn't had to work out of the stretch all that much. He's going to have to here in the 5th as the ball is chopped on the ground to Sampson. Sampson to Norman. Norman over to Carr. 6-4-3, safe at first base. Good turn over there by the Bulldog infielders, just not quite quick enough to get the speedy Gavin Gonzalez. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice. It's bringing in the 3-hitter Austin Baker. Baker is 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice and has grounded out to Will Sampson over there at shortstop. It was 6 unassisted, as Sampson was able to take the force out to end the top half of the 3rd inning. Bulldog pitchers have been very careful with Austin Baker so far today, as a check on Gonzalez over at first. Nothing doing. He dives back safely ahead of Carr's tag. The sun starts to set, which starts to impact the fielders on the right side of that field. Zach Carr at first, Andrew Norman at 2nd, and Keegan Ashby in right field, I should say. They've all got their sunglasses down. We'll see if that starts to impact anything, as Corson once again going to step off. No throw this time over to Gonzalez at first base. Baker bats with an open stance from the left side of the plate, white batting gloves. The pitcher for Mattoon in this game looking to help his own cause. Corson with a long wait, and eventually Baker's going to call time, and it is granted. Corson was just about to start his delivery. He has already had his leg in the air when time was officially granted, but he did pause in the high set for quite a while. Gonzalez is jumpy over there at first base, and the first pitch is chopped on the ground to the right side. Norman's going to range over. He's going to pick it up and make the play over to Zach Carr. Another 0 on the board for Zach Corson, as that's now 3 straight from him in his relief appearance. He is keeping the Bulldogs in this game, and they're going to try and claw back even more. After 4.5, Mattoon leads 8-5.
Self.
We've had a pitching change here for the Mattoon Green Wave. Austin Baker's day on the bump is officially done. He's going to move over to first base, and the second baseman, Drew Coffey, is going to come into the game for Mattoon and take the bump. Great day for Austin Baker. I'll get you his final line here in a second, but Coffey's going to face 4, 5, and 6 in the Bulldog lineup, starting with Chase Wagers, who smacks it up the middle and into center field for a base hit. A good start for the Bulldogs, and that's going to bring up Zach Carr. Carr is 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to shortstop and also walked and came around to score back in the second inning. Austin Baker on the day, he went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks to go along with 7 strikeouts. So a really, really good day for him on the bump. He's now going to slide over and play first base. When we get the rest of the defensive alignment, we'll let you know. Not quite sure where Zach Wetzel went or who took over second base. That might have been just what happened if Zach Wetzel moved from first to second. But we'll still wait to hear on the official word on that, as 2 pitches, into Coffey's outing, and Wagers smacks a single back through the middle. It's now going to be Zach Carr. Jaden Lager is going to run for Chase Wagers. Number 9, Jaden Lager, now over there at first base. Wagers will still be able to re-enter the game at third, as the first pitch home to Carr is in the dirt, gets away, and he's going to move on to second base. The catcher doesn't know where it is. Lager's going to route it. He's going to go to third. The throw is going down to third. He slides in, and he is safe. Jaden Lager, with a really good heads-up base running play, takes 2 bases on the wild pitch from Drew Coffey, and just like that, he goes from first base to third base in 1 pitch. Carr's ahead in the count, and the Bulldogs are knocking on the door, looking to make this a ball game. Coffey throws a lot softer than Austin Baker does, and also from the right side of the plate. So we'll see how the Bulldogs are able to adjust as the 1-0 pitch misses inside. 2-0 now. The left-handed hitting Carter Selk waits on deck. Zach Carr, with 12 hits on the season, swings through that pitch, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Carr coming in with a batting average of .387 and an OBP right at 500. He's reached base in 1 out of 2 tries today, so that holds up as the 2-1 pitch is outside. 3 balls and a strike. Coffey trying to still get his first out. If Carr is able to reach base, the Bulldogs will send the tying run to the plate as the 3-2 pitch lined into right field. That's going to be an RBI base hit for Zach Carr. His first base hit of the day, as he's going to round first and end up staying there, as Jason Scochi is able to get it back in. But the Bulldogs, with some timely hitting with runners in scoring position, Zach Carr brings in a run. Jaden Lager, the pinch runner for Chase Wagers, comes around to score, and the Bulldogs will have the tying run at the plate, something that seemed inconceivable back in the second inning when they gave up 8 runs and were trailing 8-0. Now just 8-6, and the first pitch from Coffey home to Selk will catch the outside corner for a strike. Selk 0 for 1. He struck out looking and has walked and come around to score in this game. The Bulldogs continue to get that leadoff man on the bases as a high looping breaking ball from Coffey finds its way in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Coffey, not as much of a strikeout pitcher as Baker is, but he's going to pitch to contact and try and keep hitters off balance, as that breaking ball is going to go into the dirt. Blocked nicely by Bergstrom, keeps Carr out of scoring position, and its count is 1-2. A right-hander starting to get loose up in the Mahomet-Seymour bullpen. Zach Corson has been chugging along very nicely. 3 zeros have been put up since that disastrous second inning. As the 1-2 pitch to Selk, a curveball again misses the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Will Sampson waits on deck. The Bulldogs have now scored in 4 consecutive innings since they were held scoreless in the first. And the 2-2 pitch to Selk misses up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. From 0-2 back to full. We'll see if the runner at first, that's Zach Carr, wants to get rolling. Again, Coffey, not much of a strikeout pitcher. As he comes set, runner not going. The 3-2 pitch misses inside. The Bulldogs will have the tying run on base now with the go-ahead run at the plate, and it's the man they want, Will Sampson. There's 2 guys hitting really well right now for the Bulldogs, and they are Blake Walters and Will Sampson. Sampson leads the team in runs batted in. He had an RBI double back in the second inning. He also struck out swinging back in the fourth. So he's going to look and remedy some of that But again, the Bulldogs just clawing back into the game, and enough cannot be said about Zach Corson. Him keeping Mattoon at 8 runs is extremely big, gives the Bulldogs lots of chances to try and chip away, and that's exactly what they've done. 2 runs, 1 run, 2 runs, 1 run, as Sampson's going to square to bunt. He gets down a great one back to the pitcher. His only play is to first base. Coffee to Baker, 1-3 on the putout. Sampson does his job very well, and now the Bulldogs will have the tying run in scoring position for the left-handed hitting right fielder, Keegan Ashby. Ashby 0 for 2 on the day, a ground out to the first baseman and a strikeout, as it looks like Mattoon, interesting decision. They're going to bring the corners even in front of the bag. That's a really interesting choice because a base hit to the outfield might tie this game. The runner on third doesn't really mean all that much, as right now the runner on second is much more important, as the first pitch to Ashby catches the outside corner for a strike. The Bulldogs down towards the bottom of their order, 8 and 9 coming up. Ashby and Smith, as the next to Ashby is a breaking ball that doesn't get anywhere near the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bulldogs 1 base hit away from tying this game after being down 8-0 in the second inning. They've scored in every inning since then. Chip away, and now they're within striking distance as the 1-1 pitch misses up and away. 2 balls and a strike. It's Ethan Coffey on the bump in relief of Austin Baker, who currently is playing first base. Ashby bats with a slightly closed stance from the left side of the plate, and the 2-1 pitch down and in. He holds up. 3 balls and a strike now. This inning started off with a Chase Wager single. Jaden Lager pinch ran for him and was able to take 2 bases on a wild pitch. He was knocked in by Zach Carr. A walk to Carter Selk and a sac bunt from Will Sampson is where we are right now. The 3-1 pitch to Ashby lined just foul down the first base line. He was way out in front of that one, made really good contact, but just could not keep it fair, and the count will run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Zach Carr on third base. The tying run, Carter Selk over there at second, as we play here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the 5th of 7. Coffey looks in for the sign, and he's got it. The 3-2 pitch. Ashby watches it upstairs. He walks him. The bases are now loaded. The go-ahead run is on first base for the designated hitter, the 9-hitter, Braden Smith. Smith has reached base both times he's been at the plate so far today. An RBI single in the second and a walk. He eventually did come around and score back in the 4th, as now Coffey will move out of the windup, allowing those runners to get a bit of a head start, as Smith sends the first one out of play up and over towards the softball field. The infielders, middle infielders, still playing back now with the double play in order, but still a really interesting choice to have the third baseman and first baseman in on the grass for the Mattoon corner infielders. Again, the most important run is out there at second base. So you're decreasing the chance that a hard hit ground ball can stay on the infield. But nevertheless, the 0-1 pitch is a curveball, finds the strike zone, and Braden Smith is going to have to choke up here behind in the count, 0-2. Top of the order, waits on deck. That's Andrew Norman. He had a 2-out RBI single back in the last inning, as Braden Smith's going to call time, step out, and reset. They play straight up in the outfield, corners in on the infield. Ethan Coffey working out of the windup. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bulldogs trail by 2. The 0-2 pitch to Braden Smith in the dirt. Gets all the way through. The runners are going to advance. Zach Carr is sliding home, and he is safe. The Bulldogs now have the tying run just 90 feet away. They've scored 7 unanswered runs and have 2 runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Braden Smith is going to look to bring him home. What a turn of events we've had in this game. Mahomet-Seymour down and out. Blake Walters was really struggling on the bump, but Zach Corson has come in, thrown 3 2/3 scoreless ball, or excuse me, 3 1/3 scoreless ball. The Bulldogs have gotten all the way back to an 8-7 game, and now the 1-2 pitch to Braden Smith. Chopped on the ground at third base. It's going to be a foul ball. Even a ground ball on the infield could tie this game, as Carter Selk over there at third was advancing on contact. Zach Carr came around and scored. Now both the first 2 hitters of this inning, Wagers and Carr, both with singles, both have come around to score. It's Selk on third and Ashby on second. It's ripped to the third base. Looks like he might have had a play at home, but he's going to make the play at first, and the Bulldogs have come all the way back, 8 unanswered runs, and they tie this game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Carter Selk comes in to score. Keegan Ashby moves all the way up to third. 5-3 on the putout for Smith, but he is able to drive in the run. Selk comes in to score. And now Ashby is looking to represent the go-ahead run. Norman already with a 2-out RBI single in this game. He's 1 for 3, also 2 strikeouts on the day as the first pitch from Coffey finds the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Blake Walters, the hot-hitting Blake Walters, waits on deck. He's 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a big fly today. The Bulldogs would love to be able to extend this inning to him as Norman takes a hack and fouls it back to the screen. He's behind 0-2. Above anything else, the Bulldogs would love for Walters to hit with runners on base, as he has been nothing but productive here today at the plate. The Bulldogs now at their 4th time through the order. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Mattoon in the top half of the 6th in what can only be considered a brand new ball game. The 0-2 pitch to Norman. Got him on the outside corner. He is rung up on a fastball, but not before the Bulldogs score 3 here in the bottom of the 5th and tie this ball game up. It's a brand new ball game. We're heading to the 6th inning, 8-8. Zach Wetzel looking to start us off here in the top of the 6th inning as we play 8-8. Our score, Zach Corson out there for his 4th inning of work. He has just been fantastic for the Bulldogs here today, and he gets Wetzel to swing through that first pitch. 3 hits allowed, 2 strikeouts, only 1 walk for Corson so far in this ball game. He's been really, really good out of the bullpen after pitching seemed to be very shaky for the Bulldogs to start. As that pitch is fouled away quickly, 0-2. Blake Walters just didn't quite have it today. He's been doing fantastic at the plate, but just couldn't get it done on the mound. But Corson was able to step up and has really put the team on his back as Wetzel hits. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Infield singles last time up. He's also been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded as the 0-2 breaking ball is going to be taken outside. Gets all the way back to the screen. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strike. The catcher, Cooper Bergstrom, is 3 for 3 with 3 singles, and he waits on deck. He's hitting very well. The Bulldogs will have 2, 3, and 4. The big part of their order coming up in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Walters, McFall, and Wagers. As Corson out of the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Big breaking ball chopped foul down the third base line. Count will stay 1-2. That one had a lot of movement to it. That one started out almost behind the batter, first baseman Zach Wetzel. Excuse me, I believe it's now the second baseman Zach Wetzel, but came all the way back towards the inside part of the strike zone. Wetzel did well to follow it off, but Corson, with the movement he has on his pitches, he has been very effective here today, and Mattoon just hasn't quite found the answer yet. As that breaking ball, Wetzel is just able to check his swing, and the count will be even at 2-2. Even pitches like that bounce in front of the plate. Mattoon is almost going around. They're almost swinging. Corson throwing a lot of competitive pitches up there, and Mattoon hitters just haven't really been able to get that comfortable in the box ever since that nightmare of a second inning for the Bulldogs where Corson was hit a little bit as well as Walters. It's been smooth sailing, only 4 base runners total in the last 4 innings, but that make that number 5 as Wetzel smacks it back up the middle. A leadoff base hit for him. He's got 2 hits on the day, and it's going to bring in the catcher, Cooper Bergstrom.
That brings up the catcher, number
Bergstrom, 3 for 3, like I said, 3 singles on the day. He singled to lead off the second, eventually came around to score. He then singled later in the second, which knocked in 2 runs, and then he came around to score again, and then he singled just a couple innings ago in the top half of the 4th inning and was eventually stranded after Corson was able to work out of a little bit of a jam as that curveball, Bergstrom, had to duck out of the way as McFall stood up to receive it, just got away from him a little bit, and the count will be 1-0. These teams now, it's a 0-0 ball game. The Bulldogs have scored their 8 runs in 4 different innings. Mattoon has scored their 8 runs all in 1 inning. But nevertheless, it's all tied up now, and now it comes down to each team's got 6 outs left, and they've got to find a way to bring some runs across. That's going to be a good start for Mattoon as the catcher, Cooper Bergstrom, is 4 for 4 today with 4 singles. He is hitting really well. Mahomet still has yet to be able to find an answer for him, and that's going to bring in the current pitcher, Drew Coffey. Coffey started the day at second base, but has since moved on to the mound. As you got to imagine, Mattoon's probably going to be looking to lay down a bunt here, move some runners into scoring position. It's the designated hitter, Caden Rice, on deck, as now Zach Carr at first base and Chase Wagers at third, each charging. Mahomet was anticipating the bunt with Sampson at shortstop, running all the way over to third base. Looks like they were playing a little bit of a wheel play, as now Mahomet is going to go out and talk on the mound. It's going to be Coach Brian Bajer getting his infield together. Coffey did not square to bunt on that play, and it was taken for a ball. Mahomet with several different bunt plays. We'll see how they're looking to play it on that last one. Again, Sampson was holding on the runner at second base and then darted for third. Chase Wagers was charging from third base. Of course, the intention being that Wagers fields it and has Sampson covering third base to get the lead runner out, because that lead runner, of course, is the most important. If you get him out, you maintain the force and you keep him off of third base. And if it's bunted to the third base side, first base side, Zach Carr is charging as well and has the opportunity to make the out. But again, Coffey didn't even square, so that was not a possibility. So now Bajer back into the dugout, and the Bulldogs now have their play. Carr way in on the grass at first base. Wagers even with the bag at third. No one holding on the runner at second, as now Sampson will. A spin pickoff move with no throw keeps him back close at second. That's Wetzel at second. Cooper Bergstrom at first. Mattoon with 2 singles to start out this top half of the 6th inning, as the Bulldog did come back to tie it. And the 1-0 pitch home to the pitcher, Drew Coffey. Misses off the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Coffey once again not squaring the bunt, and what seems like a pretty clear bunt situation. Clearly the Bulldogs think so as well, as they're playing for it, but so far Mattoon has not squared around. The 2-0 pitch taken in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Corson's got to find a way to get this hitter. You don't want to load the bases with nobody out. It's designated hitter Caden Rice waiting on deck, as Mattoon maybe has the bunt play put on where it starts after a strike has been thrown. And so far, a strike has not been thrown. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and no strikes. As Corson works out of the set after 2 singles to lead off the inning. The 3-0 pitch right down Broadway, taken for a strike. 3-1. So now it will be very interesting to see what Mattoon decides to do. Carr, again, still playing in the right side of that infield. Again, impacted by the sun as it starts to set here at Mahomet-Seymour High School, setting just behind the third base dugout. As Corson comes set, waits, checks the runner at second, and deals. Still not bunting. Chopped on the ground to shortstop. Bullock's going to try for 2. Sampson the second. Norman drops the ball at second base, and they are not going to get anyone out. an error by Andrew Norman over there at second. Looked like they had the play in time. Sampson trying to get the middle runner there, and the Bulldogs come up empty, and Mattoon is threatening once again, as that one's going to go down as a fielder's choice error, and it will be Caden Rice coming to the plate. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error, also has an RBI single, as the Bulldogs are going to move the infield in, or they're going to move the corner infield in. The middle infield's going to play back looking for the double play, as Zach Corson has himself in the biggest jam he's faced so far. That one is ripped down the left field line. Caden Rice got a great piece of that, but just way out in front of it. No balls, 1 strike. Mattoon green wave all around the base paths. Wetzel on third, Bergstrom on second, Coffey on first base. Single error so far this inning, as there's a force everywhere for the Bulldogs, but no outs yet this inning. And as we play here in the top half of the 6th, Mattoon looking to jump back in front and have another big inning. They've got twice as many hits as the Bulldogs do so far, 14 to the Bulldogs 7. But right now we're all locked up in the one that matters, 8-8 on the scoreboard, as the curveball misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wagers at third and Carr at first in on the grass. The 1-1 pitch. Lined into shallow center field. Norman's going back. He's not going to be able to make the play. It's going to get down. Mattoon's going to score 1. Everyone's just going to advance 1 base. Really unfortunate there for the Bulldogs, as if Norman's able to make that play, there's a good chance they could have had one of the runners. Probably it would have been Bergstrom at second, doubled up, but he just could not make the play, just past his outstretched glove. And that's going to be an RBI single for Caden Rice. Wetzel coming in to score. That's going to bring up Logan McDonald. McDonald is 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts and a ground out in this contest so far. Corner infielders stay in, as so far nothing doing in the Bulldog bullpen. There has been action the last couple innings, so you have to assume there's probably someone in the Bulldog dugout who's currently warm, who's currently waiting to come in if Corson, if Coach DiFilippo and Coach Bajer feel that Zach Corson can't continue in this one. Again, he was cruising along. The Mattoon Green Wave put up 8 runs in the 2nd inning, but then zeros in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning. But running into a lot of trouble here in the top of the 6th. That's going to be a wild pitch. Great jump by the runner on third base. That's Cooper Bergstrom. And the Mattoon Green Wave will now jump out to a 2-run lead. And almost as importantly, the force out is gone. Nick DiFilippo is going to come to the mound, and it looks like that's going to be it for Zach Corson. He pitched really, really well today, gave the Bulldogs a chance for a lot of this game, but just at the end, he ran into a lot of trouble, and it's going to be a new pitcher on the bump. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll tell you all about the new Bulldog hurler. So the defensive alignments for the Bulldogs are as followed. Chase Wagers comes in from third base, and he is going to pitch, and he's going to inherit a 2-0 count on Logan McDonald for Mattoon, and now that's going to be 3-0 after a ball in the dirt. No force out, as that wild pitch did score the 10th run for Mattoon. Andrew Norman moves from second base over to third base for the Bulldogs, and number 5, Evan Ruzic, comes in to play second base. So Zach Corson comes out of the game, and the Bulldogs just switch a little bit up on the infield as the 3-0 pitch is taken for a strike. It's the 9-hitter Jason Scoshi waiting on deck. Chase Wagers has thrown 12 innings so far this season, 3 starts. This will be his second appearance out of the bullpen. He's 2-0 with 9 strikeouts and 8 walks, as a little bit of a tough walk for him on that one. He inherited a 2-0 count, but nevertheless, the bases are loaded with nobody out once again for the 9-hitter Jason Scoshi. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He singled and scored a run back in the second inning and struck out twice since then. Bulldogs will once again go with the corner infielders in, and the middle infielders back looking for the double play. The first pitch is blocked by McFall in the dirt, as shadows starting to become a little bit of a factor. The pitcher's mound still in sunlight, but home plate is in the shade. We'll see if that comes into play at all here in the later innings of this game. Mattoon still with nobody out here in the 6th. And once again, McFall's got to go sprawling and block that one. 2 balls and no strikes. Wagers has walked 8 batters in his 12 innings so far this season. Comes in with an ERA of 6.42. Giving up 17 hits and 11 runs, all 11 of those runs earned. The runners on second and third currently belong to the last pitcher, Zach Corson, as a 3-0 count. The Bulldogs in danger of walking a run in, and even worse than that, bringing up the top of the Mattoon order and Meade Johnson to the plate. They're at the bottom right now. These are the guys they have to be getting outs out of. As you have to imagine, Scotia will be taking here the 3-0 pitch way outside. Mattoon's got another run. It's now 11-8. Still nobody out. And back to the top of the order, and Meade Johnson.
Meade walked the last time at bat.
Johnson has reached base 3 out of the 4 times he's been up to the plate so far today. 2 walks and a double to go along with a fly ball to deep right field. He bats from the left side of the plate, as it'll be Johnson, Gonzalez, and Baker coming up the top of the order. 2 lefties in there, and the Bulldogs, after tying the game in the bottom of the 5th, have yet to record an out. It's been not smooth sailing for the Bulldog bullpen, as the first pitch breaking ball misses down low. Quickly 1-0. Johnson is already the 8th Mattoon hitter to come to the plate this inning, and there still have been no outs recorded, as it's 2-0 now. 3 of the runners stand on the bases. 3 of the runners have already come around to score. Excuse me, he's the 7th hitter to come to the plate this inning. 3 runners on base, 3 runners already in to score, and a 2-0 count to him, as Wagers just has not been able to find the strike zone. That'll continue. 3 balls and no strikes. It has been 7 consecutive balls right now, in danger of making it 8 and walking another run in. The Bulldogs had all the momentum after putting up several zeros and coming all the way back from 8-0 down to tie this game, but now Mattoon sits firmly in the driver's seat, as they only need 6 outs to wrap up a conference win. The 3-0 pitch taken for a strike. Wagers able to settle in and find the strike zone. He's going to be looking to replicate that. Right now, he's just pitching the contact. He's hoping Mattoon puts it in play, because they have not been able to throw strikes as of late, as the 3-1 pitch misses down low. The 2nd consecutive run has been walked in. Meade Johnson is on base for the 4th time today. He's walked 3 times, and it's going to bring in the center fielder, Gavin Gonzalez, and Nick DiFilippo is going to come in once again, and now it will be yet another pitching change, as Chase Wagers comes in, walks all three hitters he faces just didn't really have it today, and that's going to be it for him. We're going to take another quick break. When we get back, we'll tell you all about the defensive changes for the Bulldogs. So it'll be Keegan Ashby, the left-handed pitcher, coming in from right field for the Bulldogs, and he is going to get the two-hitter in the Mattoon order. Again, this is the 8th hitter to hit this inning for Mattoon, and no outs have been recorded. It's been single, single, error, single, and then 3 consecutive walks, and Mattoon has jumped out to a 4-run lead here in the top half of the 6th inning, as Ashby's first pitch misses inside 1-0. Ashby comes in from right field. Nolan Nierenhausen goes out from the bench. He started the game in center field, came out, and then is back playing right field, as Gonzalez is going to follow that one back over by us. 1 ball and 1 strike. Norman moves back to second, and Wagers moves back to third base. So Evan Ruzic came in for 3 batters, watched all 3 batters walk, and then is taken out once again. A little bit of a short stint for him, as Gonzalez pops that one into shallow right field. Carr going out, Norman going out. They're talking, and the out is going to be made. I believe that was Carr eventually making the play. Popped out to the first baseman, and Ashby retires the first batter he sees. Really nice play by him, and the first out for the Bulldogs, which they've been waiting for quite a while. So Austin Baker is going to come to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice and walked twice. And again, this will be the 9th batter for Mattoon to hit in the inning. Ashby's working out of the windup, and the first pitch is taken for a ball. This is Ashby's 3rd appearance this season. He's thrown 4 innings. Each of his 3 appearances have been out of the bullpen. He has 1 save on the season, picking up a save in his only opportunity. He's given up 3 hits and no earned runs in his time on the bump so far this season, striking out 3, a 0 ERA, so a really good start for him. As all 3 runners currently on base are inherited, they are currently the responsibility of Chase Wagers, but Ashby is trying to get out of this jam, but he quickly falls behind Austin Baker. And the next pitch to him, up and in. He walked him on 4 pitches, and the Bulldogs walk in another run. That's the 5th run of the inning, and 4 of them have all been via the walk. It is Logan McDonald who comes in to score, and now it'll be the 4-hitter, the guy who started this inning off. It's Zach Wetzel. Wetzel singled and scored to begin this 6th inning. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a hit by pitch. First pitch taken for a ball. Base is still loaded. That last run, charged to Chase Wagers. Inherited runner scores for Ashby. The runner on first is the first one that he is responsible for, a tailing to Seymour that Wetzel cannot make contact with. Evens up the count at 1-1. Mattoon has already hit around this inning. The 2nd inning they've done that. They scored 8 runs in the 2nd. They've already scored 5 runs here in the 6th. And it's just been a lack of control from Bulldog pitchers overall. In that 2nd inning, they walked 2 guys. They hit a guy, and it was just single, single, single. In this inning, they've already walked 4 batters with 3 singles, and that's where the 13 runs have come from. It's all in those 2 innings alone. And now the 1-2 pitch to Wetzel. Got him on the outside corner. Keegan Ashby strikes out. Zach Wetzel looking. And now the Bulldogs, they're back. They've got some hope. They're just 1 out away from getting out of this monstrous inning. But unfortunately, it's going to be Cooper Bergstrom, who is 4 for 4 on the day. He is singled in every time he's been to the plate. He's got 2 runs batted in and 3 runs scored on the day. Just a very productive day from the 5-hitting catcher Cooper Bergstrom, as Keegan Ashby is looking to retire him for the first time and strand some of these Mattoon runners on base. As he's working out of the wind step, the infielders all play deep, and the first pitch to Bergstrom. McFall looking to pick up behind the runner at first. He ends up holding back on that throw. That's Baker over there at first base. 1 ball, no strikes. Bergstrom looking for a 5-hit day, which I don't need to tell you is extremely rare in any level of baseball, as he pops that one foul up towards the softball field. Evens up the count at 1. The sun starts to set here at Mahomet-Seymour High School. The lights probably going to be coming on before this game is done. Just 1 game being played today, a 7-inning game in Apollo Conference play. Mattoon looking to get back to the 500 mark in conference play, as Ashby's 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball that misses in. The Bulldogs currently sit at 500 in conference play and are looking to tread water and try and get above that mark. But again, they had an uphill battle after the 2nd inning, and they're going to have an uphill battle themselves in their last 6 outs. They've got 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Bergman's going to line it up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. He's 5 for 5 on the day, and he's going to knock in another 2 runs as that throw from center field is cut off. He's 5 for 5. He's knocked in 4 runs on the day. Cooper Bergstrom is just hitting the ball so well right now. Jason Skokie and Meade Johnson come in to score without a play. And now it's going to be Drew Coffey, who reached on an error by Andrew Norman over there at second base. Mattoon up to 15 runs on 16 hits, as they have scored their runs in only 2 innings. Again, 8 in the 2nd, 7 in the 6th, as both those runs charged to Chase Wagers. His day is officially done as he goes 0 innings with 3 walks, and all 3 runs eventually come around to score. 3 earned runs for him is going to unfortunately inflate that stat line that he'd been doing pretty well this season. The final line for Zach Corson, he goes 3 1/3, gives up 9 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 4 earned runs. He pitched a lot better than that stat line indicates. He came into a really tough situation in the 2nd, and he ran into a lot of trouble to start this inning here in the 6th. But in between, he was absolutely lights out and did what needed to be done for this Bulldog bullpen. Unfortunate that he is currently the pitcher on the hook right now for the loss, as Blake Walters will be taking a no decision because the Bulldogs were able to come back and tie this game, as the 2-0 pitch from Ashby catches the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Coffey is 2 for 4 on the day. 2 singles. He was the man who hit that sacrifice fly attempt out to deep right field, but it was a double play for the Bulldogs, as this man, Keegan Ashby, started the relay that eventually resulted in an out at the plate. And now a swing and a miss has our count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 7 runs already in the inning. The Bulldogs are looking to just get out of this. The next pitch home to Coffey is in the dirt. 3-2 count now. The runners will be off with this next pitch. They're going to get a head start as the ball to the outfield will likely pad this Mattoon lead. Ashby is set. And the 3-2 pitch. Chopped on the ground down the third base line. That is going to be touched, foul by Chase Wagers, and we'll do it all again. Everyone's got to come back. Good pitch there from Ashby as he got Coffey out there reaching. Didn't make very solid contact at all. Walters, McFall, and Wagers due up in the bottom half of this inning. This inning that has taken nearly half an hour, as there have been, this is the third pitcher already used in this inning alone by the Bulldogs, as the next 3-2 lined in the shallow center field. It's going to be Walters who's there to make the play, and this inning mercifully ends for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. They're down to their last 6 outs now. They've got a steep hill to climb. We're going to the bottom of the 6th as they trail 15-8. It's going to be 2, 3, and 4 for the Bulldog order here in the bottom of the 6th. Blake Walters would be having the best day at the plate of anyone on the field, but unfortunately Cooper Bergstrom for Mattoon is currently sitting at 5 for 5. Blake Walters has left the yard so far today. He's 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in, 2 singles for him, as he's going to keep his hot streak going with a line drive into center field. That's going to be a base hit, and he's 4 for 4 on the day. A good start for the Bulldogs. They've had the leadoff man on in 5 out of their 6 innings now, and it's going to bring Nathan McFall to the plate. McFall struggling a little bit. He's 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a strikeout looking on his line today, as Walters gets his lead off at first. McFall facing Coffey for the first time and looks at strike number 1. Mattoon, again, just needing 6 outs as they have padded their lead quite a bit, as he's going to take off for second base, and Walters has that thing stolen easily. Bergstrom was not able to come up with that ball cleanly, and honestly, it might not have mattered, as now the Bulldogs have a man in scoring position, but they're going to need a lot more than that. It's going to need to be a keep the line moving sort of deal, and unfortunately, they don't have time to slowly chip away as they did after their second inning deficit, as McFall takes a big hat, comes up empty, and it's 1-2. The Bulldogs, if you're just joining us, chipped away slowly. 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth to tie it up, only to see Mattoon put up 7 in the 6th as McFall drives that one deep to center field. That's going to get over the center fielder Gonzalez's head, but he drives back and makes the catch. There's now going to be a play at second base as Walters is able to get back safely. McFall put a charge into that one, but he just could not get it over the head of Gonzalez. I thought he burned him, but really good range by Gavin Gonzalez to get back there and make the catch. Walters thought it was over his head. I certainly thought it was over his head. That's going to be the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Chase Wagers. Wagers singled and scored back in the bottom half of the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3 on the day to go along with a ground out and a strikeout. Walters stands on second. He's 4 for 4 on the day. He's got 4 of the Bulldogs' 8 hits all by himself as Wagers watches that one go outside. Norman's got a hit. Wagers has 1 hit. Carr's got a hit. And Sampson has a hit. Every other hit has come from Blake Walters himself. As a 2-0 count now on Chase Wagers. Coffee set. That one spiked in the dirt, but nice stop by Bergstrom. He's doing a little bit of everything here today. 5 for 5 at the plate, playing great defense behind it. And the count is now 3-0 on Chase Wagers. Zach Carr waits on deck. Wind still blowing in from right center field. It's been pretty consistent, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour throughout the day today. As the 3-0 pitch just dropped right down the middle for a strike. Wagers taking all the way as the Bulldogs need base runners, base runners, base runners. Coffee is set once again, and the 3-1 pitch chopped on the ground to second base. It's going to be Wetzel who bobbles it. The throw to first base is not in time. Looked like he hesitated a little bit and was not able to make the play. And that's going to be an E4, and the Bulldogs have 2 runners on the corners for Zach Carr. Zach Carr is 1 for 2 today. He has singled, driven in a run, also walked and scored 2 runs. As the first pitch is taken well outside for a ball, 1-0. Coffee here in his second inning of work in relief of Austin Baker. Baker pitched really well, getting 7 strikeouts in his 4 innings of work, but he's going to take a no decision as Coffee is currently in line for the win. Carr's going to take off for second base. The throw's going to go down. It's going to be well offline. Walters is going to try and come in to score. There's going to be a play at the plate. That throw is cut off as well, and the Bulldogs have themselves another run. Walters comes in to score on the heads-up base running, a stolen base for Chase Wagers down there at first base. Not Zach Carr. That's Wagers with the stolen base. And Walters comes in to score. Now the Bulldogs get one back. They're trailing by 6 and have another man in scoring position with only 1 out. Coffee set again, and the 1-0 pitch to Carr is a breaking ball way up in the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. The left-handed hitting Selk waits on deck. So far, every Bulldog, with the exception of Nathan McFall, has reached base here today. And McFall, a little bit of bad luck, was rung up on a questionable pitch to end the 4th inning. This Carr's going to sting that one into right field. Going back on it is the right fielder, Scocci. He's going to make the catch. Wagers is going to tag up and go to third. That's 2 outs made in the inning by the Bulldogs on fly balls to the outfield. They're hitting the ball well, but Mattoon playing some really good defense. And with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Carter Selk. And as I was saying, McFall rung up on a somewhat questionable pitch to end the 4th inning and then just hit that really hard hit ball to center field. That was eventually tracked down by Gavin Gonzalez. As Coffee now deals with 2 outs and a 1-0 count to Carter Selk. Selk is 0 for 1, struck out looking, and has walked twice since then and has come around to score both times. As he's going to send that one down the left field line. It's going to get out of play and go foul on top of the Mahomet-Seymour batting cages. As the Mattoon defenders are going to reset. Selk bats with an open stance and a 1-1 count. Coffee's next. Misses way up in the zone again. 2 balls and a strike. They play him to pull a little on the infield as Austin Baker is guarding the line over there at first. 2-1 pitch, up and away. 3 balls and a strike. It's Will Sampson who waits on deck. Sampson having a good day at the plate, an RBI double and a sac bunt so far today. Would love to get a chance to hit with several runners on base. Again, Bulldogs just need base runners, base runners, base runners. As the 3-1 pitch dropped on the ground to first base. Baker's going to have to charge. He's got to hurry. Takes it to the bag himself and beats Carter Selk by half a step. That's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to the last. The Bulldogs have a lot of ground to make up. They're trailing by 6. It's going to be the bottom three in the order for Mattoon here in the top half of the 7th inning. Rice, McDonald, and Scosi. The designated hitter, Caden Rice, leads us off. He's got 2 base hits on the day, 2 different RBI singles. He's also come around to score a run and reached on an error. So he's been on base 3 times. He faces Keegan Ashby in his first full inning of work, 2nd inning of work overall. Takes a big hack at it and evens up the count 1-1. The last hope for the Bulldogs will be 7, 8, and 9. Samson Ashby Smith in the bottom of the 7th, hopefully trailing just by 6, but regardless, it's going to be a massive undertaking regardless, as that one is swung on and missed. Ashby has already gotten 2 swings and misses already, and the count is 1-2. Rice with a very open stance. The left-handed Ashby out of the windup. The 1-2 breaking ball chopped on the ground. Foul past third, and the count will stay at 1-2. So far, every Mattoon hitter except for the man on deck, Logan McDonald, has a hit. Every Mattoon hitter has reached base, as McDonald did walk his last time up. That one is just swung and popped weakly to Zach Carr at first base. He puts the squeeze on it. Really good pitch by Keegan Ashby. Just a little off the plate, but Caden Rice had no choice but to protect with 2 strikes, put very weak contact on it, and Ashby has the first out without any trouble. McDonald is 0 for 3 on the day with that walk I was telling you about. He did come around and score in the last inning, the 7-run 6th for Mattoon. He's also struck out twice and grounded out to Andrew Norman at second base. Mattoon has pretty much stayed with the same personnel throughout the day. They've just mixed up the positions. Their starting pitcher now playing first. Their starting second baseman now pitching. Just moving minor changes defensively, and their batting order has been very productive so far, as McDonald bats with a 2-0 count. That one catches the outside corner from Ashby, 2-1. Jason Scosi waits on deck. He's got a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored waiting on deck. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Logan McDonald now even with the count, 2-2. Ashby already has 1 strikeout in the game today, looking for number 2. The 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, gets to the backstop, but no swing. The count will run full, 3-2. Ashby comes to the high set, out of the windup, and the full count pitch to McDonald. Chopped on the ground to third. Wagers retreats, makes the play. The long throw across the diamond all the way to Carr. Nice play by Chase Wagers, 5-3 on the putout. And Ashby has set down the first 2 men this inning. And with nobody on and 2 outs, it'll be Jason Scosi.
And that brings up the right fielder, Jason.
He's 1 for 3, like I said. A single in the 2nd inning, came around to score. He then struck out twice and walked with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. He was one of the 3 hitters that Chase Wagers came in and walked. And the first pitch from Ashby finds the top part of the zone. Little bit of a generous call, but they'll take it nonetheless. No balls and a strike. The lights are coming on here at Mahomet-Seymour High School as the sun has just started to go down. We've got a long game, more than 2.5 hours already, as Ashby is 1 strike away from putting up a 0. The top of the order is on deck. Meade Johnson, as he gets to the plate, it will be his 6th time at bat just this game. Not something you see very often, as the 0-2 pitch is way upstairs. McFall loses balance a little bit, but the count stays 1-1. Ashby certainly does not want Meade Johnson to come to the plate for the 6th time today, as he works out of the windup, and the 1-2 pitch misses up again. Crazy 2s, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, Bulldogs will send Samson Ashby Smith 7, 8, and 9 to the plate with the tall task of chasing 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2 pitch runs the count full from 0-2 all the way to 3-2. It's been 3 fastballs missing up in the zone, and Ashby in danger of losing Scosi. Scosi looking to reach base for the 3rd time today. Top of the order, Meade Johnson waits on deck. The full count delivery struck him out. Keegan Ashby gets his 2nd strikeout of this outing, and we're going to the bottom of the last inning. The Bulldogs need a whole heck of a lot of production. Bottom of the 7th coming up, 15-9.
pitching.
It'll be a pitching change for Mattoon. 2 innings for Ethan Coffey.
7, the shortstop.
Drew Coffey, and it'll be Chandler Melton, the new pitcher for the Green Wave, facing Sampson, Ashby, and Smith here in the bottom half of the last inning. As the first pitch is taken high. Coffey goes 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and 4 earned runs, but he is currently in line for the win as he came in as the Bulldogs tied up the game. But Mattoon has taken a big lead since he has come in, and he is currently in line for the win. Zach Corson on the other side in line for the loss as Sampson is ahead 2-0. Takes a big hack at that one and hits it a mile high on the infield. It is going to be Luke Perry, the third baseman, who calls for it and makes the catch right over the foul line. Not sure if that would have been a fair or foul ball, but regardless, Sampson is retired. He ends the day 1 for 3. He had an RBI double and a sac fly. And that's going to bring in Keegan Ashby, the pitcher. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a walk.
Third baseman, Luke Perry. And that brings up Keegan Ashby.
Chandler Melton looking to close out this game. It won't be a save because this is a 6-run game, but the Bulldogs are looking to chip away in any way they can. They've scored in their last 5 innings, as they were held scoreless in the first, but then scored in the second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th innings, and yet still trail by 6 runs to the Mattoon Green Wave, who only scored in 2 innings today. 8 runs in the second, 7 runs in the 6th, is responsible for all the damage for them, as Ashby comes up empty on the 1-0 pitch, and it evens up the count at 1-1. Again, the Bulldogs will be on the road this Thursday at Oakwood, this Saturday at Charleston for a conference matchup this weekend, a doubleheader as the count's even at 2-2. Then Monday they go to Topolis, Tuesday at Fisher, and then Wednesday back home here on Bulldog TV against Danville, as the count has run all the way full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Keegan Ashby. Wednesday, May 19th, the next Bulldog TV broadcast that you can catch right here. Ashby with the closed stance from the left side, facing Chandler Melton, the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. He stays alive. Mattoon with a win here will move to 3-3 in conference, 5-7 overall. Mahomet looking to avoid falling to 7-5 overall, 1-2 in the conference. Melton winds again, and the 3-2 swung on and missed. Ashby is retired. His second strikeout of the day. And the last chance for the Bulldogs will be the designated hitter, Braden Smith. He grounded out to third his last time up, but it proved to be a very important ground out as he ended up tying the game with his ground out to third base. He's also singled in a run and walked and come around the score. So production through all 3 of his plate appearances so far, as the first pitch is taken outside for a ball. 1-0. Melton winds again, and the 1-0 pitch taken right down central. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, make sure you give all that love to all the other Bulldog TV broadcast, wrestling, softball, girls soccer, and baseball. As that pitch runs inside 2-1. Lots of stuff that Bulldog TV is doing. Takes a lot of manpower behind the scenes from students giving up their time as well as teachers and faculty members. So be sure and support those streams. Give Bulldog TV a subscribe, turn those notifications on, and go ahead and like the streams as the Bulldogs are down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Eric Andracki and his family, we're all thinking about you. Sarah Dyer and her family, we're all thinking about you. Mahomet, banding together as a community to come together and help those of us in need. As the 2-2 pitch sent in the right center field, that's going to be trouble. Gonzalez on his horse. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch. And that's going to do it here from Mahomet-Seymour High School. 15 runs on 16 hits, 1 error for the Mattoon Green Wave, 9 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs fall to 7-5 overall. We'll be back on the air a week from tomorrow, Wednesday, May 19th, as the Bulldogs take on Danville. My name is Ben Greenberger. For all of us here at Bulldog TV, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night.